All right, so welcome again to Military Guna TV. Thank you very much for joining me. And I say, hopefully, you guys are having a good day. Hopefully, you guys are having a good day. So, we're going to discuss the Reggae Boy friendly, the Jamaica friendly that was announced today. We will be playing against Catalonia, and I do think that it is something quite interesting. We're going up against a very technical team. A team once wasn't able to have a national setup because they were under the Spain. What would you call it now? They are part of Spain until they gain their own independence. But we're still yet to see how that would go. That has nothing to do with me, but definitely we'll be playing against a good team. I strongly believe that this is a part of that region, the European region, where a lot of the talent come from, that you see they are taking place, that they are playing in Barcelona, played for Spain and all that. Is also the place where the famous coach Pep Guardiola is from as well. Now, I'm going to read into the stipend. Basically, it's a stipend that was sent out by the Catalonians were in regards to the national team and the friendly. So before we get into some details, we're also going to speak about Paul Hall and certain players that we would like to see in the setup. As I said before we get to the details, please guys, smash that like button and most definitely hit that subscribe button. So let me run through a few of the comments before I get to anything. Khalid Deco said, as a Catalan fan, I'm looking forward to play against Jamaica. That's nice to know. Jordan Morgan said, live friendly. It's actually not. It's not no. It is not no. So where can I watch a match with site? It's not no. It's not no. So calm down just a bit. Jada, big up, massive respect. People, guys, I would really appreciate it if you smash that like button. Simplified Cinema Network, big up as well. Malik Mills, big up as well. Wagwan Military Amir. Kevin Campbell said, that's a good game. I do believe so. Jordan Morgan said, we have no idea. I do think that will be here live. I think that game will be here live. You notice it's after some of the final games, the European games and all those aspects that's likely to be an impact in how the season goes. There's just situations that we might not get some of the players them, because during that same time period, that is when a lot of the players will be going on their holidays and all that type of stuff. But as you know, so let me read. Let me get into the article. As I said earlier, let me jump over to the article and read what was being said. Let's see what the situation regarding to the friendly. So let's see. Let me put this down a bit. So this report came out through ARA. I assume that it's a Catalonian press. Catalan national football team will play Jamaica on May 25th in Montilivi. On May 25th in Montilivi. Now let me read a bit further. The match between Catalonia and Jamaica, which was postponed in 2020 due to the pandemic. So this is a long-awaited game. Basically, should have happened a long time ago, from 2020. But guess what? All the issue with the pandemic and all these things came in play and actually caused that to deter. Now let me read a little bit further. I'm gonna drop the link so you guys can come on. Let's go. Let's continue. The match will be played on 25th. I just mentioned that, and the stadium is Girona. It will be Gerard Lopez's first game after the pandemic. That is the match. So obviously they haven't played any game in a long while. 2 years after the last game against Venezuela in 2019. Whoa, That is how long they haven't played that game together. That is how long they haven't played a game together. Last game they played was against Venezuela. So what does that signify? What does that signify? Does it level the playing field? Or due to the quality that they have, it might not be that easy. Let me give me a second. Catalan. See. I'm searching for the game that they played. I'm searching for the game that they played. All right, so let me see. Let me continue in the comment section. Simplified Cinema said the team needs to stay in Spain for a month and gel. Ooh. That won't happen, Simplified Cinema, because remember, when they're in May, June they have competitions playing in June. The Nation League, I believe, is in June, so I highly doubt that they will be able to do that, and that might be quite expensive. That might really be expensive. Jedi said club wouldn't allow that. That is true. That is true. They would definitely want their players. Actually, big up as well. Massive respect, Classic RTS for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Big up, bro. Massive respect for the super chat. Jedi said they are fast learners, probably have Spain system too. I think so. I do think so. Most of the top talents coming out of the Spain team, they come from Catalan. And most of them are from the La Masia system. So I may assume that they do have that technical ability. It must be the same style of play. So in all aspects, it will, without a doubt, be a very competitive and technical game. Technical matchup. Can we match your technicality? Highly doubt that. Fresh God said, big up. Tevin Campbell said, time to see Demar Gray. Big up Rajan Williams as well. Ooh. Listen. Has a lot, you know. Oh, Classic is on. Big up Classic.
Yeah, big up.
Go on.
There,
big match. We have a good match coming up.
Yeah, from Catalonia from 2020 that should have been played.
Yeah. Continue.
And they're obligated to play it because I think Catalonia give them money to play it too.
Okay. Why is that? Why do you think that?
No, just like when you play a friend against Saudi Arabia pay if you come play the friend.
Yep. Well, that is the normal aspect.
Catalonia did the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're obligated to play it. But with this, with the squad I want to see, and the squad we are going to play in Nation League, I want to see if you use this as a practice match, as a warm-up match. But I want to see a different squad. You call up a different squad to play against Catalonia, and then Nation League you call up a brand new squad. We should know JFF always do. So we see if they start be more organized and the squad they then call up for Catalonia. Is the Nation League squad with 1 and 2 changes? I don't know entire different 23 level. 1 and 2 changes.
Yeah, definitely. Me too. I totally agree. I think that game would actually set a benchmark to what we're trying to go. But the thing is that now, as I said, the last game that they played was against Venezuela in 2019. That was the last game that they played.
And we go play against good player, like I think PK go play for them for Catalonia.
Well, he played the last time.
Yeah, last time some they played to last time. Pedro, I think Pedro played last time.
I'm trying to search for that game versus that game that they played versus Venezuela. I'm trying to search for that game. I'm trying to search for that game right at this moment. Let me see if I can find it. I need to find that game because I want to look at the last team and the last set of players that they deployed. Because that would be crucial. That would give us an insight on who we are likely to see.
Yeah. But I mean, I think Pedro go play this match because when Pedro did play, Pedro never capped for Spain. He never was a Spain international. When PK played, PK did retire from the national team for Spain already.
All right, so we're gonna check out something now. This is a question that was asked 8 months ago. Let me see if I can bring this up so you guys can see what I'm speaking about. Because we should get a lot more insight on the team itself because we don't know a lot about the team. There's not a lot because people are gonna ask, how is that we're mentioning players that play for Spain, and also on how that does that coincide with the team.
Yeah, because it's not a FIFA team.
Exactly. So this is the question that I was asked on Cora. Why doesn't Catalonia have a national football team? So the question is, it does, but it only plays friendly matches. However, it is not just a ceremonial team because in Spain it is usually that at least once a year the Catalan, Galician, and Basque national teams play matches in Christmas for the rest of the competition. Our national team is called FC Barcelona.
Yeah, most of Barcelona play for Catalonia because Barcelona in Catalonia. So in the time the national team go mostly majority base. Barcelona play from the academy or someone will get captured from Spain. Yeah. And the reason why you now see some Spain player called political reason with Catalonia.
Yes, so where them come from. That's the where them come from. So so this is what someone else said. They do it is just not fully recognized because Catalonia is not an independent state and isn't part of the special deal England, Scotland, Wales, and the Northern Ireland have with FIFA. As I just mentioned, the political aspect of it.
Yeah. So it's gonna be an unofficial friendly and it not gonna affect our ranking.
Yeah, it won't. But in all essence, it will be a very, very good matchup because the quality players the quality players that will be coming out will be a very good matchup. And what I do think that it's one of those cheap ways to get a quality team who you don't have to worry about. Let me see. Maybe in regards to them receiving their players or anything like that. So it's just something lucrative. I think this is something lucrative. I don't know how the JFF struck up this deal. I don't know who was behind this one, but definitely I do believe this is something lucrative. Fresh God said, Katana, let's see how we match up against them. Rajan said, when is this friendly, Guna? It is on the 25th of May. Tevin Campbell said, Guna, did you know that Hutchinson was on the bench for Arsenal against Chelsea? Yes, I did know, Tevin.
He's been in the match for a couple of weeks,
Couple of weeks now in the night, yes. Simplified Cinema said, Chelsea fans them can go wash. Jedi's, people in our squad too comfortable need to get shake up. Agree. 100% agree with that, Jedi's. People, guys, now we're gonna smash the live button. Big up one. One said some fake national team. It's not fake, one. It's not fake, because they do play international friendlies against other teams. You see the likes of PK, Puyol, and these top players play for this ceremonial team, as they would say. Simply, it's a shell company. It's just to collect money and the tax right off. Sim Sakala said Spain national players also play for Spain, bro. That's just if there's a conflict with dates they played for Spain. So I'm expecting good. Example, Gerard PK played in recent matches for them. Yeah,
because when Gerard played, Gerard did already retire from the national team, from Spain national team in 2019.
No, but they can play. They can play.
Remember Gerard PK did have some backlash with the Spain government because he went to vote for Catalonia independent and did have backlash with the national team. So and he retired from the national team.
So let me see. All right, so let me come off this. So I'm trying to find the friendly, the squad. I think this is it. All right, so this is, I'm going to get some history on it. I'm going to give you guys some history on it, because it's important that we know about the team now, because most of us don't. Because when I saw it first, I'm like, okay, Catalonia, but I never knew of them having a team. Then now, after deeper research, I realized the situation that's happening. So this is the last team that played for them against Venezuela. As you can see, some very, very noticeable faces, players that we all know. So let's read into this. As the season draws to close, Catalonia is to host some serious big football matches. Well, no need to get into that. Let me see. Stokes, Bojan, Krikic scored his Catalan second in their 2-1 win in front of a near full house in Catalan heartland of Girona. Ricky Puig, a hugely talented Barca youngster, scored the other. Gerard Piqué came out of international retirement, as I just mentioned, classic, to play while the flag-waving crowd created a better atmosphere than almost any Barca, Espanyol, or Girona game. Piqué jeered when he played for Spain for his perceived pro-independence sentiment, was the hero, and was given an ovation when he left the field, as I just mentioned a minute ago. So let me see. Pep Guardiola is a former captain. Later, their manager was honored Catalan John Cruyff. His son Jordi played and told me Catalonia is not a country because it's not official, but it is a feeling. England, Wales, and Scotland are nationalists when the national team plays, so why can't we have that? So they have a lot of political issues going on. So you guys can see that Jamaica and the football team association, Jamaica is not the only football association who have major political, you never see the drop off classic, major political issues. Run through some of the comments. Simpson, Spain national team also plays for Catalonia, bro. Just that if there's a conflict with dates, they play for Spain. When he said, is this on a FIFA date? I'm not sure. One. But I know that it's after the season commences. So I think they can plot around all those dates. One said always playing fake games against fake international teams. Japan under 23 know this. We need ranking points. But we have to. I see what you're saying now, that we need ranking points. But guess what we need? We need a system, we need a style of play for us to get those ranking points.
But one who did not complain about chemistry, who know that this is a part of if you get a chemistry and we don't have the lose kind of affect ranking points. So when you get chemistry and style of play, we play a competitive, friendly game where improve our FIFA ranking.
So when we get the chemistry going now, then we can proceed to the next phase. Simple said it's fake just to generate money. One said they haven't played a game for a very long time. Yes, but the players are playing.
We go play against quality. We go play against quality players because mostly Barcelona players from La Masia from Barcelona team too.
Barcelona
go make
them in all these players.
Go make up a team. So go play against good quality players and who impress. Go watch a match. So who impress might get a score from Barcelona. Who knows?
Sim Soccer Life said they played for both teams. If you check the Catalonia page, you will see that. Yeah, that is the reason we're on this page right now. We're trying to get a lot more information about this team in particular. So let me read another part of the article. The Catalan national team at the start of this decade could have done serious damage in an international tournament too. How does the lineup of Victor Valdez, Gerard Piqué, Carlos Puerto, Jordi Alba, Joan Capdevila, Sergio Busquets, Chavez, Fabregas, Bojan, Albert Lequi sounds? Six of Spain's World Cup winners were Catalan. So they do have some serious talent. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to see. I'm trying to find the game that they played against the Venezuela team. I'm trying to find that game. Over Venezuela. So I'm trying to find a team, people. So I'm trying to find the Venezuela national
sure
team.
no say like in Catalonia we go say Recruitment, we might even say Gravy. It depends if Spain a call up nobody, we might say some first teamer from Barcelona play. Like Luis Abde, Ricky Pui, even Gravy, even Nico from Barcelona play. We might even see Jordi Alba too.
This is a good opportunity for some of the senior players.
But we most definitely go see PK, because PK retired from national duty from Spain. So most definitely we think we go see PK. Yeah.
Let me see. I'm actually looking for football Premier Division. When I keep on give me this. I'm searching for the games, people. I do apologize for that. I'm searching for the last game that they played. Tevin said time to cap Hutchinson, Ferguson, and Kido. Wonun said JFF really organized real games against good international teams. This is a this is a good team. Yes, they might not have any FIFA ranking. They're not an official national football team. They might not have any official FIFA mandate or anything like that. But when they put a team together, we're going up against world-class players. That is what we're going up against. So don't look at the name of the team. Look at the quality of the players that we're going up against.
Good practice match to prepare us for the Nation League.
Reggae Boyz Nation said, this team don't have a ranking. This game is pointless. Why everyone is just so focused?
But they not get the main point is
what is the main reason for international friendly?
Practice and get chemistry for gel against a quality opponent, because you're going against quality players.
Exactly.
And even if you lose, you're not going to affect our FIFA ranking. It's for a preparation game for the Nation League.
All right, so Fabian, big up Fabian. It's just a tune-up game. The aim is not gain ranking points or anything like that. Thank you for that. Wooden said, I'm not talking about chemistry. Many people here, I'm not one of them. Chemistry is overused word. We fail because we have a crap coach, not because of chemistry. Wow.
No, but players need to use to overplay with each other. So they go have a feeling and know how each other play when against a quality opponent. And the coach can try some tactics in play. So it's like a game where it's like a free hit. Like, count, but you can perform and say a preview what to come.
This gives the coach sufficient time to put certain things in place, when what he can organize, how he can set up a team. So this is not about points. This game definitely is not about ranking points.
You give the coach more license to takers.
We have the entire Nation League. We have the entire Nation League to build our ranking points. We have the Nation League to build our ranking points. So I don't think that should be a issue. I honestly don't believe so. So I'm still trying to find the games. Run through some of my comments. Mr. and Mrs. Talawa said, why are we studying what is official? It is a practice international game with international achievers from all angles. Why are we studying points when really Jamaica is nowhere? That's true. Maybe that's the problem. Many people want us to get somewhere in a short time span, but the truth is we're not ready as yet. So these games are really, really important. Actually, these games are very, very important. Alright, so it seems like I almost found it now. Okay, so I'm on it. Let me see. I just found the game, so I'm trying to find the starting lineup that they deployed. No, I'm still not getting any access to the starting lineup. But I'm quite sure a game like this has to be has to get some form of highlight. So most definitely. Okay, so I just found it. Just found it. I see it's on Talk Sports, and it's also on
Military, check ESPN. I remember me did see like the highlights with Catalonia upon ESPN. I can type in Catalonia.
I just found it, man. I just found London. So me go over. Me put it up right now. So these are the faces that played the last game for Catalonia. So but the reason why I'm showing you guys this is because these are the potential faces that we are likely to see as well. These are the potential faces that we are likely to see as well. So that is the reason why I'm highlighting it to you guys. So this is the squad. And as you can see, some noticeable faces. Definitely some more noticeable faces. Let me see. If Ricky Pug is here, because it should be. Yes. So these are the players that played the last game for Catalonia. And we could actually go back to this the Talk Sports starting lineup as well. No, the Talk Sport doesn't have it. I'm going to let it stay on this then. I'm going to let it stay on this. So this here is what we definitely should expect. Sim said the game cannot be a waste of time. We are trying to build a team, and therefore playing against a good set of players must help us in some way. Everything is not about ranking points. Our chemistry. Is it our chemistry or just ranking points and chemistry? Mr. and Mrs. said playing football as a team. Unu said their team is not very good now. What? Where you come from with that?
No, mostly Barcelona players go play for the team. You go see Pedri, Gavi, Nico.
You're going to see
quality players.
A plethora of Barcelona players that are playing in Spain.
Look on the defense. I have PK or Mark Barcher. No Jamaican defender on the level of Mark Barcher. I'm not even a PK.
Exactly. Let's look at the defense. All right. No, before we do that, let's look at the bench. This is the bench that they deployed a few years ago, and at this point in time, these were young players. These are young players. Most of them. Cucurella is on the bench right now.
Yeah, Cucurella, they are Brighton and I know left back.
And we wicked left back at Brighton.
Yeah.
Wicked left back at Brighton. We have these are some good players, man. Capeno, Cardona, Ricky Puig, Romeo, Sanchez, Pierre Miller. These are some good players. So I don't know what they're speaking about. These players are that good. Maybe you don't understand what how the team sets up. Big up Jamaica LOL. Sim said I think they played Venezuela in March of this year. It's not this year, man. It's the last game they played was in 2019. That was the last game that they played. Big up Jaros. Tevin said Serbia, JFF should try and get a match for Serbia.
And look, all of them the player they were playing. All of them the players I see play in La Liga, play at a good competitive level.
Of course, high level. This is actually a true benchmark. If we are really ready, this will be the benchmark if we are ready or not.
Even if the players them are not even if PK is not once what he was, is still a quality player. Which Jamaican defender can say the level with PK? None. So good.
Exactly.
So good.
At this level right now.
The attackers are good quality player. They might come up against PK. Although PK are good like one time. PK still has half a Barca game in game what.
Tyrone Williams said, "Better MG, this game will let us see players who are still working on their password."
Who known, but none of the players them go play in a nation league, no world class. Who known.
Fabian Gunner said, "Shipment, chess not checkers. Makes no sense. Me try to convince you people about the purpose of the game. Those who know will understand." Udun said, "If the instructions are clear and concise, good players will have no problem coming in and playing well. We played crap and everyone uses chemistry as an excuse.
No,
it's no excuse for the madness I always see.
Chemistry is important because
chemistry plays a big,
if you just have a
big
team
factor.
with play talented players never play with each other before and come up with a team, a drill team, know each other for years, them go beat them because they don't know if to play with each other. Everybody got to try something different.
The question is this. Where in anywhere in the world in football have you ever seen a team just grab some players together and they go on a high level and go win a competition?
Never.
Just grab something together. And nobody can. People usually use Brazil as example, lies. If you look at the Brazil team, there's always a high level of consistency in player representation. A high level, always.
Perfect example.
Every
Chelsea,
team.
look on Chelsea. When them buy Verona, Zias, Havertz, you see, and Thiago Silva, take them a while to get going and second with each other.
Still not second yet.
Exactly. They take a while to learn each other's style of play and the system.
All right. Let me use an example. Thiago Alcantara, one of the best midfielder in the world right now. Look how long it take him to adjust.
Yeah, it take Thiago a year. It take Thiago a year.
Exactly. You have
important.
Henderson play over Thiago. Think about it. Henderson is not even half as good as Thiago. But he might play ahead of Thiago. Guess why? Because of chemistry.
Yeah.
Understanding the league. So chemistry is a big role. One said, them players are not born in Catalonia. Playing for Barca don't make you a Catalonian. Most of them are born in Catalonia. And definitely, yes, playing for Barca don't make you a Catalonian. Say you only have to born in
no, you're not born in Barcelona.
So what if you don't born in Barcelona, but you come through the Barca Academy?
Yeah, you come
through the La Masia Academy.
You can.
So aren't you want to be considered as? Remember, I said they said Catalonian national team, they call it Barcelona FC, FC Barcelona. Bless up Ian Campbell. One who said they are not world class. They are not that good.
One what the level of play they will go play the Nation League. None of them no world class. We are the point I gave is a practice match. We see a team play together and the team get some chemistry together and the coach see where I'm work with and can take some risks for going to a Nation League. It's a preparation game.
Preparation game, man. We can't look too much into
you get improve rank in a Nation League. They're going to get the point of the game.
Smurf said
come up against some quality players too.
Smurf said end up played because he's a leader and important for club system. Agree. In use system and style of play, chemistry, all them something that big.
All right, but give Alex example. Like City, when City buy a new player, they not just show them the same time in this side like Grealish. And when they buy Cancel and Raji, then take a while to adapt before they go in a system. You need learn chemistry and gelling time with the team. And this is just a practice match, a preparation match. You see why coach I work with. Make players get to know them one another.
Big that's a good point. We have a big task coming up. We have a huge task coming up, specifically with the Nation League. Now, there is going to take a lot of preparation to get the team to the right place. There are going to be some factors. Team selection is going to be a big factor. Team selection is going to be a big factor. Player selection is going to be a big factor. Organizing, well, we can say that they already got a friendly which is the friendly that we're expecting to see right now. Most definitely, there are going to be other aspects of the game that we need to see put in place. Now, how much training session will we have before the Nation League kickoff? Will the set of players remain here in Jamaica on a camp until then? So these are some big questions which needs answers. These are the top questions which need answers. But most definitely, I have to commend JFF in getting this friendly started out. I do think that this is a high-profile friendly. I know many of you might not think so, but the level of players that we are likely are potentially going to go up against, I strongly believe that this year is a lucrative and a high-caliber international friendly game to play. And if it's the case, in which you might get even 2 games in the one day.
And the next thing too, there are Catalonia. Scouts all over Barcelona. If a player impress, they might get a trial of Espanyol or Barcelona. Teams just see them.
True, that's true. That's so true. Jero said, which is partly where I was getting to. That's what happened with Tapa, and not necessarily a lack of chemistry. Even though I think it's somewhat important. It is important, man. Yes, we know that the coach was not good. The former coach was not good, but chemistry also played a big part in it. Remember that even under a better coach, which is Paul Hall, we saw a better style of play, we saw a system, we saw those things being implemented, but in the same sense, you could still see the lack of chemistry. You could still see just some of that players not moving where they're supposed to. You don't clearly identify that these players know each other or how each other plays exactly and indefinitely. So that chemistry will grow over time. Chemistry don't happen in 2-3 games just like that. It takes a while. It takes a lot of training together. It takes a lot of game time together, our practice games together. Not just one training session and you know exactly how the player plays. That's just football. That is definitely just football. One who said, under all, he emptied the midfield and played a high line. We taught the pace at the back to do it, exposing us at back while asking players to do things they are not capable of. So what happened in a 1-1? Let me show you this 1-1, right? So if you are a coach and you come in and you come to implement your system, and when you put in a system in the first place, what that is going to show you who is ready for the system, who can adapt to your system, and who can perform in your system. And then what it also does is this: the players who cannot cope, automatically you know that hey, we can't move on with you. We can't move on with you, and that's how it is. We can't move on with you. So I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that you should that factor this of chemistry. Sim Club said without chemistry the team will not do their best, but with good system this team should still have done better against opponents they had. Those were not top class opponents. 1 point. Agree. Totally agree. But guess what? Because we have quality players, not that the world's best, but we have
no
players.
system.
We don't have a system. We didn't have a style of play. So we didn't know what we were doing. Smurf said we lack quality ball handlers in the midfield. I agree. Jero said, I don't disagree with that. I'm not the biggest Paul Hall fan, but he's the right man for the job at the moment. IMO, and I think he will improve. I do believe so as well. One who said chemistry is less important than picking the strongest 11. Having a tactical plan that gets the most from the players, having a system that makes sense.
Yes,
chemistry, system, and the tactics all come in play at the same time.
And the friendly against Catalonia go get a chance to implement a system and tactics and build chemistry also. So all of the things they go get to do, implement with
that is one of the reasons for the friendly.
Exactly.
That is one of the reasons for the friendly. No, if the friendly should go ahead, and we don't see anything, we don't see a system or style of play. The players still don't understand how each other plays. Then we can really question in that game and said, okay, when I watch the Nation League, I said, okay, what's happening in the Nation League? Is it the same thing? So these are the aspects in which we should look at.
Milton, if we know see no style of play system against Catalonia, we should be worried going to Nation League because it's going to be the same old.
Jairus, what are those rumors? What are those rumors, Jairus? Listen, I understand what you're saying now. Remember one chemistry. Maybe one of it's that we're just contextualizing chemistry on a different plane, a different ideology. But chemistry does coincide with system and style of play. Because chemistry is you understanding your teammates. If you have a left back and his system says, okay, we're going to push high with the wing backs, and wing backs are going to overlap. But you know for a fact that you have played with your left back on a regular basis, and you know that once he overlap and go down the line and the ball beats him, he won't get back. So you would have to fill in the gap. Without you understanding your teammates like that, you will suffer. If you don't understand that, you will suffer. Because that's going to always leave a handicap to the team. That is the importance of chemistry. Now, look at this now. Paul Hall implemented. So drop the name then, Jairus. Drop the names. If you have heard some names, drop the name. Because it doesn't make any sense. People said that it doesn't make any sense that people said that some players are coming in and they are good quality players, but no one is saying the name. They're just saying that some players are coming in and it's good quality players. That doesn't make any sense. Makes sense. We say, okay, what I've heard is that these and that players are coming in. I'm not sure of how that is, but that is what I heard. Smurf said, we now got to see no style of play. I got just be vibes. Jero said, I didn't hear the full story, just that some quality players should be joining the under 20 team. I take it with a grain of salt. Well, until people give me some names. Give me some names that I can rectify it. Give me some names. That's what I want. I don't want to take what people have said. Smurf said, a team with better chemistry can kill the better side on paper. Great example, Liverpool. One said, the system said push up the back line. Everybody in midfield just run forward. Play a system that leaves us outnumbered in midfield. Ask a GK that can't pass to play in intricate passes and commit suicide. But one, if you don't start doing it right now, when will you start doing it? When you will weed out the persons who cannot play that style of play and that system. It must happen at some point in time. That is the reason why you will make mistakes. Errors will be made when you're trying to develop a system. Results won't come immediately. The performance won't come immediately because that is just how football is. So let me give you an example. I'm running my YouTube channel. I could create the best content ever, but if no one likes the video, I even share the video, no one will see it. No, YouTube won't recommend it and no one will see it. It works hand in hand. Saying that to say this. If I don't start putting the work right now, I won't reach 1,000 subscribers. It doesn't matter what happened during that time period. I'm going to make videos that are bad. I'm going to make videos that are good. I'm going to make videos that are very contradicting. I might make videos that didn't work out or didn't come to fruition. So this is what happened. Practice bring forward consistency. Practice bring forward consistency. Until you start practicing it right now and weed out the players that will not be able to play that particular style of play, you won't go any further. So if we keep the same set of players then, I'd say, okay, because they can't do that, we're not going to implement a style of play. We're not going to implement a system. Because Andre Blake can't play out from the back, means that we're not going to play out from the back. Let me read through. Jero said, I didn't get any names, but some might potentially be EPL players. See, that's it, Jero. Nobody now call a name, but just I say potential. Chemistry has absolutely nothing to do with these things, yet chemistry is always the excuse and lack of time with the team for all. Chemistry. I 100% believe, Uno, that you are underrating chemistry. You are downplaying chemistry. And guess what, Uno? Speak to coaches about the importance of chemistry. Talk to coaches about the importance of chemistry. Let me give an example. You have a style of play. Manchester City. Beautiful style of play. Beautiful system. Manchester City buy a wonderful player in the likes of Jack Grealish. How long did Jack Grealish take to adapt to the style of play?
He still adapt to the style of play. He still have the chemistry with the team.
And he still haven't adapted to it as yet.
Let me give you, I'm sure him one imperfect example. Can I say chemistry, no matter with quality level players.
It matters.
No, I give an example. One would go look for Manchester United. Play quality players, no chemistry, don't know how to play with each other. You see a team, erratic shambles. So they need all to learn to play with each other. And so if you know how to play with each other, also chemistry come in. You have to have chemistry with the players, and you have to have chemistry with the system.
Right, so this is what he said. He said, Wunun said, you cannot ask a goalkeeper to pass it out even when there is no clear pass on. When you can't pass the ball, it is suicidal. But listen, Wunun, if you don't tell the goalkeeper, say, okay, so according to what you're saying, let me read this a comment before we get to the point. Wunun said, it is not club football where you can buy someone to do a job. You can have principles, but must be adaptable and willing to adjust. You can't tell the GK, I want you to play it out. Play short whenever we have a clear passes on. If not, kick it long. I 100% believe that is the instruction. I 100% believe that is the instruction. But listen to what I'm saying, 1-1. And this is what I'm going to say. If Andre Blake cannot pass the ball out from the back, and the coach wants a player to pass the ball out from the back, all that he's saying is, we have to move on from Andre Blake then, if that is the case. One of two things. Either Andre Blake start practicing passing out from the back, or we move on from Andre Blake.
I just say system and saying Goffy.
No, I would not want the coach to change his system or style of play. I do not want the coach to change it because I want that level of consistency. So any player, so if the second goalkeeper is coming in the position, he must be able to play out the ball back from the foot. It won't be a case because Andre Blake cannot play the ball out with his feet. Means that we're going to just go long all the time. Go long because he can't do that. And guess what? The next keeper comes, we're not going to adapt that. We're going to still go get the next keeper who's going to go long as well. It wouldn't make no sense. There'll be no improvement there. Tevin Campbell said no team can play good without chemistry. How can they how can they know that Leon Bailey is wide?
We'll give an example like if you're in a team and you know your players, you have chemistry there, you know, so if you pass the ball, him go try to take on a man and beat a man. Him like a ball, 20 foot in a like long ball. So if you don't know the players, you go pass long ball, you should have played like long ball. You like the ball to feet, and you can't know them things that if you don't play with them, if you don't have chemistry with them.
Alright, so Wunun said then do not complain when Blake passes to a forward and they score. As I said, Wunun, if a case is that Blake cannot do it, we move on. We get a keeper that can do it. Let me give an example. Joe Hart was in Manchester City goal for years, experience. But guess what Joe Hart can't do? Joe Hart cannot play the ball out from the back. So you know what Pep Guardiola did? You know what he went and get Edison because he wants more
no,
rather than
get Bravo first.
But Bravo, get Bravo and then Edison. Rather than Pep Guardiola changing his system to facilitate Joe Hart, he stick to his guns and say, "Here what? I won't work with you because you cannot give me what I want." Simple. It's as simple as that. If that is the case. So as simple as that. Wouldn't say continue to ask ask people to do things they cannot do, and you will continue to fail.
So
No,
that military has a point that system. If he can't do it, coach
if you
one,
can't
get a player who can do it.
get someone else who can do it. That is the only way we can move forward. I wouldn't say club football. You can buy somebody, which GK do we have? That's great pass of the ball. We scout. Yes, it's not club football, but we scout. We can do the same as club football in regards to scouting and getting the better players. Remember, we are all calling for the best players. It doesn't matter where they're playing. And we have Jamaican players who are all over the world playing football. We get the scouts, said, okay, we need a goalkeeper who is very, very good with the ball at his feet. So let's see where we can go and get them. So we do this. We do prestige scouting, precise and accurate and accurate scouting to get that goalkeeper. If the goalkeeper cannot do it, if none of our centre back cannot play the ball out from the back, we said, okay, we cannot use any one of you guys because you cannot move. We can't move forward like that. We cannot move forward like that. Lawrence Vigaro is a keeper who can play the ball out from the back quite nicely. He can play the ball out from the back quite nicely. So guess what? At this moment, he's one of the players who is actually sorting out his paperwork. So yes, I understand that it's not club football, but we have the potential to do similar to the club football in regards to replacing players and getting the players who can suit the system and build on those players. You can buy somebody which GK. Okay, why don't we get Messi at the same time?
You can score at Messi.
We can, of course, we can scout at Messi. Kevin Kemp said Dylan Barnes can pass the ball out. Wunu said, let's bring Ines out of retirement and put him in the Jamaica team. We do not have a GK, which GK is a great passer that qualifies. Lawrence Vigaro. Wunu said he's not a great distributor, but he's better than what we have.
Well,
he's better than what we want. So the mere fact that we are moving
good with his feet.
Exactly.
But in position poor, yeah.
Someone said Dylan Barnes. Tevin said Dylan Barnes is good. He's good at his foot. But look at this now. If you're at 0 right now, in regards to a keeper playing out from the back, and you're at 0, if you get someone who's at 5, that is an improvement to your system. That is an improvement.
Oh yeah, even have something to
we have a good goalkeeper, he's just not good with his feet.
We're good with his feet too. We're used in a Chelsea Academy. You say you have a keeper, you say in a Chelsea Academy when name Blackman in him.
Blackman.
Yeah, I'm good with his feet.
You know what? I'm gonna check Vigaro stats. Let me see something. Leon Orient. Accurate pass in his own half. 82%. I don't think that is bad. I don't think that is bad. Let me see Blake. I'm gonna check out Blake. I'm passing on from the back. It's actually quite similar. Blake is 82%. Blake is 82%. Accurate passing his own half. It's just that it takes far less passes. It takes far less touches. So Vigor is actually Vigor would be the man. Blake touches make 8 passes per game. Vigor made literally 17 passes per game. So he make a significant more amount of passes per game. When you said it's an improvement, but it's not good if they are still not good enough to do what you are asking. It's just suicide again. It's an improvement, but you have to improve.
You have to learn to creep before you can walk. So you move from 0 to 5 till you can move from 5 to 7.
you have to make the first step, Wuno. If you don't make the first step, that is where the suicide is. That is where the problem is. If you don't try to make the first step. Michael Woodburn said, we have a shot stopper. Malik Mill said, we need to see with Barnes. I'm going to check Barnes. I'm going to check Barnes. I'm going to check Barnes. Aldershot Town. No, Barnes is significantly lower than the rest of them. Oh no, that's actually not his league. Let me see if I can actually find.
Wood, we don't keep a bit Alice, you know, Wood.
Premiership. Let me see the Premiership. Okay, so Barnes is a little bit less than he takes more passes. Barnes takes a little bit more passes than Dylan than Andre Blake, but they have the same passing accuracy. Now, Vigaro has a lot more passes than both of them with a higher passing accuracy, which means that he actually is better with the ball at his feet. And the real Mafia said Jamal Blackman. Okay, Jamal Blackman, yeah.
Yeah, immediate attack.
Let me see. All right, so Huddersfield Town. That's the FA Cup. He's actually he's not really good at the ball at his feet. From what I'm seeing here. Yeah, from what I'm seeing here, he's not good at the ball at his feet.
Both are.
No. My apologies. I was looking at his stats when he was younger. I saw some stats when he was younger.
But if
his stats are actually higher, he has 89%.
But if a coach have to work with what I have, if you can't find no goalkeeper, we're good with their feet, you have to work. We have a good coach have to be adaptable, you have to adjust the system.
Desl Ranglin said, do you think Jasper from Leicester City is good with his feet? Who's Jasper that?
No, Casper Schmeichel, you attack.
Oh, but you mean
goalkeeper for Leicester.
Not really.
Casper, you know good with their feet. Casper,
no. No, none at all. This is a
same with Davinda here. You know good with their feet either.
Yeah, but Leicester City don't play the ball from the back. Blackman is better, but he is a championship reserve GK. I want him to be Allison now. The coach needs to adjust. And every time the coach would always adjust because the coach keep on adjust, his identity will not be imprinted on the squad.
Military, but you have to work with what you have. You have no keeper where you can play with their feet. You have to add up your system instead of saying
but players are there. Players are there.
If you can't find no player who can play their feet, you have to work with what you have. And instead of try to play from the back, players from the back.
Well, you know the important part about we are at a stage right now where we are building, so we don't have to settle. We have the freedom to chop and change, so that we can get the right formula. No, if we don't start right now, this is not the time when we should chop and change. This is the time when we should chop and change, not in 2024 or 2025 when it's World Cup time. This is the time now when we should chop and change until we get it right. What I'm saying may sound really ridiculous or stupid, but look into it. This is the right time to chop and change, to find that right playing style, that right type of system. If you have a team, those players cannot fit that system, move on from those players until you can get the players that fit your system, and then you improve on that. So you said, okay, all right, so we'll find Kaim Paris. as the left winger. Leon Dale is the right winger. And
Oh,
Kyle Paris is doing good
as I
right
talk
now.
about Kyle Price through to the cup finals in club.
Mm-hmm.
In play semi-final today and they win 1-0, so in through to
1-0.
the finals. See if he can carry the first trophy as a professional player.
And that's good. And that's good. It's the coach job to win games. Small steps will put us at 99 in the world ranking. Waiting 10 years to produce a GK and committing suicide in the meantime is not smart. So what do you want? What do you want the team to do? What do you want the federation to do? What do you want the coach to do? How will we get better? How are we going to get better?
Right now, you will know the size of coach.
How are we going to get better, Wunun? I really want to know. Wunun, put a detailed imprint on how we can get better at this moment immediately. Because I know for a fact that if you want to get better sometime in life, you have to take a step back to move forward. That is just how things are, Wunun. It doesn't matter. You believe that you can just adjust.
You just have to start from scratch. Just mash up everything and build something new from scratch.
In football, I understand what you're saying. I totally understand what you're saying. In regards to that, remember, Canada is one of the teams who went back to the drawing board and it took them years to get it right. Where are Canada right now? We are Canada right now. They're basically number one in CONCACAF. They did it. They are number one in CONCACAF. They didn't try to adjust or fix this. They didn't. They get it right. It took them time. It took them a lot of trial and error. It will not fix immediately. No solution. It's just fixed immediately like that, without proper thoughts. You have to sit down, Wunun, and work out it. All right. So Wunun said, how long do you think we have? We need to be ready in around 1 year to a year and a half. We need to be firing by then, or we are in trouble. No, Wunun. That is the problem. We want immediate success. We want success right now. That is what we want. That is like a Manchester United type of thinking, where we need success right now. More so than building. All the great teams in the world, every single great team in the world take time to build. All great teams in this world take time to build. Every beautiful architectural work that you see come out, that is in museum, it takes time to put together. It takes time to put together. Actually said 2 years ago we beat Canada. 2 years ago we beat Canada. 2 years ago we beat Canada. 2 years ago we beat Canada and feel like we're ready. 2 years ago. You know what Canada did during that time period? Canada was in their transitional phase, getting it right for now. Canada was getting it right for now. And they have gotten it right. We don't want to put a team together that is going to compete 3-2 matches and then in the long run we fade away. We want to put a team together who is going to be able to compete in the long run. So these short fixes and all these aspects that it can't do. A year's what that for? We just try to fix this, fix that. No, we have to do a total rebuild and get the right persons in place. If a player can cut it, we move on from him.
So Unwood, tell me which system, you see, which style of player, which system suit our players now? Kaya said we can't do that, so tell me system where it suit our squad.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll mix up with something. So big up Richard Campbell. Massive respect. Big up, bro. It's been a while. One said, no, they didn't, because the coach devised a plan that suited their players perfectly. The system that got the most from the best players and protect the worst players. Our system does neither. But it never happened overnight. Any system a coach put in place, the players must suit that system. The players must suit the system. It never happened overnight. It did not happen overnight. Nothing happened overnight. It takes time. It takes time. People, guys, remember, smash the like button, people. I'm begging you, smash the like button. Mono said we should pass the ball through the lines quickly. Leave our quick attackers in position to break and do not damage before teams get men behind the ball. Listen, but before we can do that one, how are we going to transition from defense to attack? How are we going to move from front to back? How are we going to defend without the ball? What is the plan? What is the game plan? What is the system? How are we going to play? Or what is our identity? We have to identify all of those things before we can even think about playing the ball in between the lines. Because if we have in our heads that we're going to play the ball between the lines, and we don't think about what we're going to do without the ball, in which I do believe that in most football games, most players have less of the ball. You're going to have one and two players who's going to be on the ball predominantly. But most of the players playing on the pitch going to have less of the ball. So what do you do without the ball? Where are you supposed to be when you don't have the ball? How is the team going to be organized? What is the shape of the team when you don't have the ball? Yes, I understand the aspect about playing the ball in lines quickly, moving the ball, getting behind, stop getting behind the ball, transitioning. All right, so when you're speaking about in the field of play, we are not going to transition by leaving 2 against 3 in midfield and having the midfielder running ahead of the ball. Runwun, you're speaking about in the field of play. You're speaking about in the field of play. No, what are we going to do when we don't have the ball? How are we going to protect our defense? These are the aspects where the system comes in play. You can talk about that creating 1v1 or triangles here and there all over the pitch. But if you don't have a system, a structure, how you're going to get into that press? How are you going to press? Will you press with one person? Will you press with 2 persons? Will you press in pockets on the field? Will you press in different phases? If you don't have those, so that is the thing, Wunun. If I'm telling you nothing, you don't know. So Wunun, why is that you're making it so difficult? We're talking about system and style of play, Wunun. If you have 2 defenders, if you have 2 center backs, and you want to play out from the back, and none of your center backs can play out from the back, what do? You do one of 2 things, Wunun. As a coach, either you change your philosophy, which is your system. Either you change your system or you change your players. Those are the 2 options that you have. And I'm saying right now, where we are, we can change the players and work with the system. We can change the players. We can get better players who has better touch, who has better passing capabilities at this moment, more so than to try and change the system. Because let me show you the reason why. It's better to change the players than change the system. Now, when you have a system in place, if you play 3,000 players through 1 year, all those 3,000 players play that one system. If you consistently change the system, if you play 3,000 players throughout the year, you might end up playing 500 or 1,000 different systems, which is more confusing. Playing the one system and the 3,000 players adapting to that system, more so you have 3,000 players playing 1,000 different systems. Tell me now, Wunun, which one is more feasible in any law of football? I would really, really want to know. For me, I 100% believe that it's best if you stick to one system and all of your players play to that system. All of your players play to that system in particular. What that does, that allows you to weed out the best set of players who will suit your system. More so, you get some players, and you keep on a change the players. You keep on a change the system to facilitate the players. So guess what? You have a Damian Lowe who is in kicky ball long. And guess what you do now? Because it's Damian Lowe, you say, you're going. He's not technical and can't play the ball from the back. So all is go long. No. Because according to what women say, we all go long then. We should drop deeper, be compact, and bring the forward. What?
Military. If we play to our strength, if our strength is playing long, build a system where we play long, win the first and second ball, and break through transition. If that our strength.
Alright, put up the calling people here. This is the calling number.
But like we have put square peg into round hole. Either you get the players who suit the system or play to a player strength. If him strength have to play long and you can't get nobody better than him, you have to play to his strength. You have to be adaptable. And the reason why so much Jamaican first touch poor because they're technically not good.
Yeah, poor development. Alright, so look at this. One said to press effectively, you need to push the line up. We do not have a sweeper keeper or a quick back line. So you know what you do, one. If you want to play a high press, you know what you do? You change your back line. You change your keeper. You change your back line and you change your keeper.
Man himself is not foolish. Like, example, Atletico Madrid, Burnley. For them style of play. Burnley especially. Burnley
but
technically
listen,
gifted players.
No,
for them
but
style of play.
You have to look at it now. How often those teams see the results?
You get the result for staying at the Premier League. Burnley job is to stay in the league, they get the result. All over football.
If you want to be competitive, all the best teams in the world dominate possession, they dominate the ball. They have the ball and put you under pressure.
Me all about the result. Football is a result game. If you play ugly, get the result. But the problem is, if you're playing ugly and not getting no result, that's where the problem starts. If you're playing pretty and not getting no result, it don't make no sense.
All right. One, just like Canada, defensive shape gives Canada the best chance of protecting their players. Slow defenders and make the most of their attacking plays. Be compact. All right. So first of all, both Canada wing back are very, very quick. They're extremely quick. Listen now, one. The coach put a system in place, and over a time period, if you don't fit that system, you're gone. It done this. If you don't fit the system, you cannot play in a system. One said you cannot replace all the players if you don't have players to replace them with. One. So you will change system every time? No, one. You can't find players. Players are there. That is something that you cannot run short of. You can't. But one, if them centre back play sharp. Their centre backs are slow, but you know what they do? They formulate a back three when they're going forward. So one of the wing backs are always behind. So that wing back would be the first line of defense, which allows the other centre back to drop deep. Canada play an eye line. Canada plays an eye line. They form a back three. Anyone that wing back, they must stay back. The full back, they stay back behind to support the two slow defenders them. And in the event the two slow defenders them they get caught in transition, the wing back, which is a faster person, is the first to engage and allow the two centre backs to fight to build up shape. That's what happened. Listen, one. All I'm saying is this: you cannot. This is what I'm moving from. You said I would devise a system that suits the players I have. Listen, one. You will always have players who are not good enough. So that means that you are always going to devise a system around players that are not good enough. When will you devise a system that suits your style of play, your identity, how you want to go forward, how you want to attack with the ball, how you want to press your opponent, how you want to defend when you don't have the ball? Are you going to do zonal marking? Are you going to drop off when you lose the ball and sit in one load block like what we always do over the years? Drop off, sit in one low block, and kick the ball long. Most of the time, we don't do anything with that. That is what I'm talking about, Bunun. I see what you're saying, but listen, you cannot consistently change your system to suit the players that you have. At some point in time, Bunun, you have to build a system and say, this is the way going forward. And it doesn't matter, you're going to meet all different type of players. You're going to see all different, that is the reason why you do recruiting, you do scouting. One. Think, you know why I chat back one. Chat back how long Canada play the same system. Track back how long Canada play the same system and see if they only facilitate the players that they have. And you need to track back. We are telling all the best teams in the world. Actually said if we change the system all the time, the players would be confused. 100%.
I think from 2015, Canada been a play that system there. And they, Canada was an old team and they eventually gradually phase out the older players with younger players and find players that fit their system. And they finally find players that fit their system.
That's it.
You see where you get them. But then go through a phase when everybody are beat them, then can't get no result. Because you say I just 2017 I beat Canada in a Gold Cup quarterfinal with ease. And that time they made a build and a work on their system. But at first when you
lose out.
At first when you build, you go through struggles, you go through period, you bad form, you lose. But when you don't build, you go start to get the result where you want.
Because it's all about finding the right players to suit what you're doing.
Yeah.
That is what it's about now. Finding the right players to do what you want to do. I see what you're saying, one. Man United fan from Beckham time said technical players needed. I agree. When said the system they play works effectively when you have fast forwards and poor defenders. They always have both.
Some military, so they know they find fast players to suit their system to make it work. So if a keeper can play the foot, find a keeper can play their foot to make their system work. And that we have been as
simple as that. All I'm saying is this: coaches aren't. You won't find days when coaches use 40 different systems. It is vastly easier than the entire system, entire football.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's why you find good quality players we can be adaptable to other systems. Jamaica have players right across the world. Jamaica have players right across the world. It is down to recruitment. It is down to recruitment. We have players right across the world. It boils right down to recruitment. So it's not we trying to find a player that didn't even exist. The players are there. It's just proper recruitment. If we should say, okay, we're going to use 40 players, 40 youth players that are under 23. And with these players right now that are under 23, we're going to use them until the next World Cup. These are the only players we're going to use until the next World Cup qualifiers. And you just work with that. Yes, and most do not want to play for us. Gee. I'm telling you, if there's hundreds of players, man. You can't tell me that you can't find 30, 40 out of it. Hundreds.
One would have player will play all across the world. The only place would have no player play in Antarctica.
We have hundreds, one. I highly doubt we can't find 40 out of it. Desiree Ranglin said a good coach, in my opinion, get players that will fit into his system. Which coach? Tell me all the coaches them are Ranglin. Give me all the coaches them where you do that. All the top coaches them right across the world. That is what they do, Ranglin. Just as what you said, that is what they do. Get players that fit their system. If I even
who know Pep man now go do not want burn the players have not fit his system. Pep go get players we fit him system and burn the would know that. Same so when Pep come at first Pep never play Aguirre Aguirre not fit his system. Improve and adapt to his system. And the answer comes Pep start playing. So if a player is good, if a player is that good, it's a quality player, they may learn to adapt and learn to play the manager system. The way manager.
Classic, watch out now. One. Look at this. One. How much years now Burnley play that same style of football? Long ball. How much years now? And anytime Burnley buy a player, him have you over 6 foot. Why? Because a certain player, especially when buy attacking players.
Exactly, like they know
players.
They know striker like 6'7" or 6'6" Vegas.
Them buy big players when they can launch the ball to the 18-yard box. Because that is their system. They now go buy what you now go see Burnley. Go buy one midfielder. Hold on. Classic. You now go see Burnley buy one midfielder and go buy Odegaard. That not gonna make no sense to them. You know why? Odegaard go want 3 players around him who can touch the ball just as him. That not gonna make no sense. So what they do? Them buy some midfielders who can work and get the ball as fast as possible inside. They don't want them to hold the ball. That is them system. So when
you can't say the system trash run because we are part of try to build a system, so you can't judge the system. You have to see where the system put in place. Then you can judge the system. And if you put in a system, and you see that system not working, you change the system to a different system till you find a system will work. And when you find a system will work, you go stick to the system and perfect it.
We use Burnley as an example. You are talking like the system is good in the first place. How do you know the system is not good? When we have players who cannot pass the ball out from the back. Remember now, you see one say, Blake can't pass the ball out from the back, you know. So how we going to know if the system good or not? If the players them cannot perform well in the system.
We can't buy players, but we can scout players, we can find players, that fit the system.
T. John done said our Arsenal now buy no big forward. I think they're going to try to get a big forward now. Somebody who what they call it now? What they call it type of striker? A target man. I think they're going to try to get a target man now. We haven't bought a target striker in years, but I do think they're going to do it. All right, so use international examples of coach playing systems that do not suit the players. All right, let's use some coaches then. Luis Enrique at Spain. Luis Enrique at Spain. Would you think Luis Enrique would go out and get a midfielder? Let's see. What tell me with Burnley midfielder? One at Burnley midfielder. Says
No. Perfect example. Luis Enrique would go out and get a midfielder player like a Henderson.
Luis Enrique would not get a midfielder who plays like Henderson. You know why? Luis Enrique wants his players to be able to can take the ball under pressure, play all 3, 4, 5 different passes in a close knitted area. That's what they want. So they will not recruit a player like Henderson or Wijnaldum. They will not recruit those type of players because those are not technical type of players. They want technical players who will suit how he wants to play. That is a perfect example. Even the Spanish, the Spain strikers are very, very technical. Even the strikers are technical. And that's what you believe that Pep Guardiola use international.
Military, me give a perfect example. Like with Argentina, the reason the baller can't play the Argentina because the baller no fit their system. So the coach always bench him and not call him up. He can get player like Lacelso and Rodrigo Di Paul with fitting system. When they not buy them, then scout them and find them. So we scout players and find players. We suit our system.
T. John said because it doesn't fit Arsenal style. Agree. Mono said you are assuming that players want to play for us and that they are players out there capable of doing what? Of course, who knows? Of course, players out there want to play for us, and of course, players out there are capable. I strongly believe so. There's no way that a coach might have a system and no player can fit that system. I don't think that's not possible.
Unless it's an alien system in my play.
Unless the system never exists before.
Yeah.
Karim said, I need a coach that understands football and know the environment that they work in. Of course, that's well said. Agree. Mad Vibe said England. Karim said, we need players that are adaptable to the games. Gone are the days you just stick to play in one mold. Of course, I do agree. But remember, Karim, but you have to start off with something. You have to start off with something. It's not only about sticking to one mold. All right, let's think about it, Karim. If Spain are going to play, any team Spain are going to play, do you expect Spain to play at least minimum 500 passes before the 90 minutes, or they're going to play some long ball, one goal for long ball? It is evident that they will play the 500 passes, 100% sure That is the template. That is the base.
Like Italy not change their system. Italy always a defensive side. I always expect Italy to
Brazil not change. Brazil not change
and,
their system
and
either.
counter. Even when Italy have attacking players are good with the ball in position, they now go try go play a position ball game, then go stick to their system. And Italy have played that system there for years, decades. Italy have played that system there defensively. Italy always win a game 1-0 from Italy score first, you know what I'm saying?
Done.
Hard
And
for you get
defend
back into the game
And
because so
defend you.
Italy play.
Yeah, when the likes of Bonucci and Chiellini and them man, the experience, man. Javon players that right now JFF just scouting players for the sake of scouting. They have no direction in the way they recruit players.
Yeah, so that's why they need a plan and have a system and scope.
So when you have
the system,
exactly, it makes it far easier in scouting players. So you know, so here we go on. This is what happened to Japan players. So we say, all right, we need some centre backs, right? Before we could go and just grab some centre backs, call them a centre back, and they can play them good. But now, guess what? We want centre back who can play out from the back. So we have to do a lot more astute scouting. We can't just grab a centre back and say because he's a centre back, we're going to use him. It goes a lot more deeper right now. It goes way more deeper now. Ingmar said, Jamaica coaching style is the problem, MG. They believe in pace and physical, so they coach youngsters in the way that why we hardly find ball handlers. That is true. I think because of the whole lot of academies now that are breaking through in Jamaica's football, and there's going to be a lot more. I think because of that, we're seeing better ball handlers going to start come out. We're going to start seeing better ball handlers come out of Jamaica because of the whole aspect of academies. Because I definitely have seen a few academies and they look really good. Karim said you're going to have a basic system that you have approach. Yes, exactly, Karim. You have that first template. So you go so boom. All right. So you say, all right, this is what me I do. Janos, I never think we can't see this. Can't see it. But me not show one example me talk about. E-Group Public said, big up T. John said, JFF should get Craig Butler to manage all youth teams. Then we have a slave / marketing genius to develop national team. One who said, which fast centre backs can we recruit? Which sweeper keeper is good at distributing the ball so we can play this high line our loves? I'll wait. No gymnastic, just answer. Not easy, not because you not see them.
We have some of them. We have Reese Oxford. We played on a German. We can recruit fast centre back.
Not because you don't see them means that they're not there. Not because you don't see them means that they're not there. Man United fan becomes we need to get all the Jamaican Premier League coaches to identify and set the standard what Jamaican football is. Despite each coach individual tactics, in the end should reflect what Jamaica football is.
I agree that because it's any system the national team use, every Premier League team in Jamaica should play the same system. So if it's, for example, if Jamaican system is 3-3-4, every team in the league should play 3-3-4. So when they call up a player from the league, they are used to that system and then have to adjust to that system that they're used to playing that system.
Malik Mills said, do the JFF of senior scout directors and a professional scout and amateur scout to scout youth? No, not from what I know. 100%, not from what I know. Just some independent parties doing nothing. So no, not that I know of. Anyway, so people we're at the 1.5 hour mark. Definitely we won't go any longer. I think we can go about 10 more minutes. I'm gonna put up the calling number, people. I put up the call number so you guys can call in. So you guys can call in. Most definitely. Big up Luton Fire. Big up, bro. Massive respect, father. Massive respect. MG Karum is one of the coach that believe in long ball. I've watched him coaching and run training sessions. So he's not he's not taking some of the blame. I don't know. I've never seen Karim coach before, so I can't really testify to that. But if you said you have seen him, Karim, somebody here I call you out. Somebody's calling you out, Karim. What's going on? Someone is calling you out. Someone is calling you out. Me drop the link as well. People, as I said earlier, don't forget to smash the like button, people. Don't forget to smash the like button, people. We have over 1.5 hours. I may assume that we did at least minimum 100 likes. Let me check. We must have at least minimum 100 likes. Jano, come on, people. 70? 70 likes? Come on, people. Ahmad Vibe said, up on Malik said, we'll see that that's a big problem. You can't afford not to have these things and you're not going to get good players. Yeah, it's difficult, you know. The situation, that the dilemma that Jamaica football is in right now, it's really, really tough. Well, we've been here now discussing nearly a hour and a half of many different issues that we have with Jamaican football. Even us as fans are part of the issues because we don't really know what we want. We want to be successful, but we don't know what it takes to be successful. We don't want to wait on success. We want to garner success.
The problem with some of the fans, they want to see we have play like Barcelona and Manchester City. They don't understand that can play to his strength. Because if the system is to play ugly, but you get result 100% for that. If the system where put in play good and get the result, I have no problem. But if your system play good and look good and not get no result, I don't see point in that. If a system have to play ugly and you not get no result, it don't make no sense. Because in the day football come back to a result game. So the fans them want to see pretty football, but if you play bad football and I get the result, nobody now complain because in the day you're winning, you're getting the result. But the moment you start to not get the result and I play ugly, it's going to be a problem.
Enigma, you have got to turn on the mic here. You have some noise in the background. Alright, Chaz, what going on?
I'm there, and brother, what going on?
Discuss some football, you know? Oh, may I hear the feedback in the background?
The feedback.
Let me see if we stream this.
Yeah, hear me, see me? My feedback?
Yeah, may I hear you? No, I hear the feedback. Feedback gone.
Okay.
So what you think? Wait, first of all, let me go address the friendly. What's your thoughts on the friendly so far?
We have a friendly? We even follow them to you, brother. To be honest, no.
Yeah, we have a friendly against Catalonia.
Catalonia. That's Barcelona.
No, the national team, Catalonia.
The city of Barcelona.
Yeah, exactly. They do have a team. You know, normally some of the Barca players them still represent it, and some players from the academies and stuff. So you know, we expect to see the likes of Gerard Piqué and a few top players.
Gerard Piqué, I don't think you can see Gerard Piqué representing for that country because they represent for Spain, and Spain allow them under the more independence from Spain.
No, last time he played no, Saz. He retired from the national team. You know. Last time they play friendly Piqué play and Ricky Pui play, Cucurella play. So in this one, I expect we all see like Gavia play and Nico and maybe Pedri too, but
and that will be off season, you know. So you know,
not 100%. But sure we go to PK play.
But at least I'm getting some competitive friendlies, not friendlies.
Wouldn't say no make no sense. Because we're not getting the rankings off it.
Well, yeah, you know, it really make no sense because it's a cost real. It's a cost.
No, man, I didn't pay with
pay if you come play.
And we are good there now. They know that them are host.
They might cover the whole thing.
Yes. Shaz, it makes
but
sense.
It's a good experience. It's a good experience for the youth, exactly.
Exactly.
They
You get to play
better.
against quality players, scout, go there and
Exactly.
watch. If you impress, a scout might get a trial. And you get to work by your system and you get to work by your
At the
tactics.
right place,
We
them a
don't
go.
know. Some of the consequences because it's not a FIFA rank match, and I got Africa ranking, a preparation match to go in a nation league.
At the right place, them a go. The right place, them a go. Let me see. Big up. So Unun said credit for putting up with my argumentative self and not not losing it. LOL is just a difference of opinion. All is losing and getting us outpassed by under 21. All right, so Unun, first of all, you know me already. Me love football discussion. Me not really easy to get upset. Hard to get upset. So me more for laugh.
Especially with football.
But exactly. So me laugh about things. And Unun, let me tell you, we can have different opinions and we can still agree. We can have different opinions. Nothing is wrong. You are right, you know. Everything that you said, you are right. But I am also right. That is the point about football. Football is about ideology, and it means that anyone is specifically wrong, unless you say something out of the ordinary. Yeah.
If Paul have a philosophy and have a way of playing, and so for example, it's similar to the Spain style of player, ball possession and the whole passing thing. This experience will show the level where they are at in terms of all of that. You know, in Spain they were passed to death.
Yes,
so this level will show and identify the flaws and which areas in which you need to work and with these.
If them ready players. Or who ready.
Yeah. So it's a good little workout, good experience from most of these players, knowing that they would see football player in modern world. And I think it's very good for them to.
They are going to go in a professional setup as well.
Exactly.
They are going to go among some top professional setup. So I do believe that this experience is going to be important, specifically for the younger players who will be a part of that, like the likes of Pearson, Zimenez, who I'm not saying them go in there, but I'm saying possible.
And if they impress, go there and watch. Because Catalonia, Barcelona. Who actually real game we come Nation League for ranking. This is just a preparation game for the Nation League.
King Jab said, Anthony Richard said, Big Boss, do you see Arsenal getting 4th spot? You missed the show last night, man. So we don't big up again for this the super chat. I really appreciate it. I don't really ask for super chat, but when I do get it, it means a lot to me. I don't like talk about money. That I do believe that that's a very uncomfortable thing. I don't know how people are comfortable doing it, so I don't really discuss that. So normally I don't really ask for it. So I really appreciate it that you do so. And I thank you very much for it. I'm poor. I'm a poor person. I'm letting you guys know I'm a poor person. So when we get a little dollar, I'm very appreciative of it. Actually said so. Thank you again, Onon. Very respectful. This is great friendly because we can go for the UK-based players without a passport and see if they are any good. I really appreciate it. Anthony Richard said, "Big boss, this okay." So
this friendly is our. The under 20 are there.
No man, the senior team, man, for them to must a Nation League and June, you know, so get the senior team up to the level that they should be by then.
No, but you mentioned Zimenez and Neverman, but if them do good now, the World Cup qualify, then probably the World Cup. So
no, but remember, I said these are the young guys that they want to keep close to the senior squad, you know.
No, but I say if them are the World Cup qualifiers, if them do good now, the under 20, them are part of the thing. Them go through.
Part of under 20, yeah. Well,
so probably the possibility they won't be here. But as I say, the caps are players that McJaff are graphing. And them, it would be very good for their to show up them technical ability. Because we know for sure, we know the quality.
But some of the King Jeff that can't work, the under 20 team not pick it neither. They don't know the under 20 team, so that can't work.
All right. So Anthony Richards, you missed the show last night. On Wednesday nights, we do a late night footy chat where we discuss all things Premier League squad. We discuss these are some of the topics we discussed last night. Let me see if I can run back through it. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, maybe put my list here. So these are stuff we discussed. Maguire, Shaman Nicholson, Bobby Reid, Hector, Manu, Maguire, Ronaldo, Liverpool, Salah, Henderson, What else? Klopp, Chelsea, Arsenal, Europa League. We discussed a lot last night. The show is actually up, but you missed it, man. You missed it. So next week, Wednesday again, we'll do another late night show. The late night show turn out and I'm gonna get bigger and bigger. So I'm glad, I'm happy for that. It shows that it is growing.
I want to say, me look on the tables today now. I say, say Chelsea can get a clip. I look on the table. I say Chelsea can get a clip.
Yeah. Then can if Arsenal are Tottenham consistent and get results, then they take them. Spot, yes.
No, it might happen. But I say if them continue upon them losing part, it can happen.
Bro, Chelsea have wicked side now, man. Look on the talent, man.
Chelsea no military. Burnham too. Chelsea no good military.
Yeah, I know. So let me read it. King James said, "Don't you think that maybe most of the Anatons they should go to Catalonia to get some experience and practice seeing what the results now matter and get another friendly for the boys to prepare for Nation League." All right. So the important part this is the senior team to play against top players right across the board to see where they are. So I do think that this is for the senior team. Igma. May I pronounce Igma? Igma. You have lack of a sound in the background, yeah?
Alright.
You have a sound playing in the background. I don't know if the phone or what.
Or we go play against MLS Arsenal. Even if we get our next friendly, who we go get our next friendly from? Anything when I say like Catalonia have quality players, we are playing against a quality opponent. This friendly even better than the friendly we get against Peru. We are playing against high level players. Peru squad. The only difference is the Catalonia is not an official friendly call. It's not a FIFA team, so now go Africa ranking.
Exactly.
So even if we lose,
the quality,
we violate the Peruvian team now. Them go World Cup last season.
True. Quality.
They have a quality as a PK or a Pedro.
Nobody come mention a PK about 40. Where I come talk about?
That type of way, but
hold on, Shaz. So Thiago Silva not about 40 now. That's a Thiago Silva not good. Bonucci not about 40.
No, but PK no good. We know PK no good.
PK, you can PK.
I agree with that.
From 2015, PK.
Me not agree with
that. But PK still a top level defender.
Me not agree with that.
He's still a top level defender.
PK a top class defender, bro.
PK just lucky man. Look at PK. Look on it. PK in a system where if he made a boss manual system, he look like Maguire. I tell you honest truth. PK in a system where the front, from the midfield to the front, is put in the work, so them defense not really relevant.
Don't do the PK have a clean sheet.
Yeah?
Don't do the PK have get a clean sheet.
Yeah,
Real Sociedad.
Them score from, and you know that derby do. Them score from the 11 meter and when I say no, Barcelona they on the level.
I'm not good players them go against Alexander Isaac and them people there. Sorlot, wicked man them there.
But me I say no, but you mentioned no. You match I look down from Peru where Peru.
No, yeah, I understand where you come.
No, Shaz, tell me none of Peru defender them no better than PK, Shaz.
You know watch them. You know watch them and show them your better thing. You think no, you cannot. No, the thing is you can't use football.
Peru defender them no better than
they're not like people question tell because you at about level. You at about level. They might not go World Cup. Remember them not play ice level. World Cup at the ice level. But you are say.
I'm a defender right now in the CONCACAF region better than PK. Right.
None.
What?
No, me just ask me. I'm a defender in the CONCACAF region right now better than PK.
Right now, no.
Nobody think about it. None. Can you care for none?
No, at the moment, they're better than PK, but I say, yo, I'm not about South America. If you go to South America, I know both defender better than PK in South America.
No, the Peruvian defender better than PK.
Shaz.
We don't know them like that. No, like that.
So
we can compare them in a brother. We must say, just like we watch teams through the years because them them league or them play popular. I have before even Ames go Real Madrid. Nobody never really know him and him go work up or do him thing, don't it?
Yo, Shaz.
And him go Real Madrid and him fail. So we can't, brother. You're mentioning you're looking down on Peru like say Peru is a team.
No, we're not. Peru not good.
Alright. We are the game is preparation for the Nation League. A CONCACAF opponents are playing a Nation League. No CONCACAF defender. No good like PK. No CONCACAF midfielder. No to the standards of Pedri. And them the type of quality players.
No man. Me not go say so man.
No CONCACAF player no good like a Pedri.
Let me ask you a question.
Over CONCACAF midfielder better than Pedri, man.
No sir.
Western McKennie better than Pedri, right?
No sir.
Me not go say Pedri no good no. But don't underrate some of the players. Even
Arena, a good defender. I mean, a good midfielder. Classic just
no better than Pedri.
Yeah, me say no classic. Listen, me say you mentioning players who might not play.
PK play for Fox. PK play for Fox.
Yeah,
preparation.
And if Nicholas walk PK, I tell me say him good. Yeah, but match. Look, listen, me say man.
If Shaman Nicholas walk PK.
I tell me say him all now. You say yo, listen, me say.
If he walk PK, that means he can walk every defender in a CONCACAF. Can no defender in a CONCACAF. No,
it means he get better than
PK.
No, but you have defenders.
It's a World Cup, Euros, and Champions League defender. What about in a man?
Look on Varane.
Shaz. Shaman Nicholas
Varane no one port system, man. Varane no really
Shaman Nicholas PK.
Even last
Shaman Nicholas was the CONCACAF defender them. Can't no CONCACAF defender them not to 11 PK.
But me I try to show you say you mention PK like we go pass we go get somebody with the world wants to see, but PK is nobody.
But no CONCACAF defender them and nobody.
Right now, PK get started nice side because of the fact.
What you know? No CONCACAF defender them. No CONCACAF defender them and nobody Shaz.
No, but PK, but me I try to show you say you cannot talk about PK like we are going Jamaica.
No, me not talk about PK like PK still in prime, Shaz. We not talk about PK still in prime, but he's still a good defender.
Guna, the man them go play some players what we even know about. Because the man them said, I Jamaica this. We have put some player out there who want highlight. So I mentioned PK like say maybe just the system might be better than the Peru.
Or it's the known narrative say
Gladstone Arrett said this. He said, Gladstone Arrett said 3-5-2, 3-4-3, any system that plays with a sweeper suits us best. For years we have not produced quality wing backs and we don't play well without a sweeper. We struggle with swiveling and with swiveling because we're either heavily footed or right footed. Ball handling system suits us best, but until our title of technical director become a full-time job and not a second job or hustling for a Premier League coach, we will have more and more discussions.
It seems like Mark Barcha would have played to Kai. Last time they played Mark Barcha play Arshans. Mark Barcha, no CONCACAF defender good like a Mark Barcha chance.
Brother, my youth, you keep on asking me question based off a brother. Look at it.
No, but I'm sure so we go play against higher level. Quality players.
Yeah. No, but me I try to show you say brother, football not just play go so brother. From March left Barcelona, whenever. Him look like a defender where he was at the level at Barca. It's all about the system.
No, in God that man, he do good at that man, and he come a real Betis, he do good at real Betis.
In a year I said he do good.
Me not agree with this. This Gladstone today me a little better than PK. System can make you look better than you are.
Hey, although disrespect PK.
Yo, look at
World Cup, European winner, Euros winner, World Cup winner, Champions League winner.
That don't mean nothing. No, listen me I say first, no discuss football upon the football sense. Look for Rafael Varane. I think Rafael Varane did just want to Real Madrid so because him surpass or whatever.
No, Real Madrid now give money when you want. But the thing is, to me,
before he left Real Madrid, from Ramos, the couple times Ramos injured and out. You see the true color of Varane. Brother, it's all about who you are. Listen, it's all about who you are play with and all your team structure. Remember now. If you take before Maguire go Man U, he never so awful, you know. Him could have probably walked in one of the best team possible if him did if him never so like. But look on it. Him for Leicester him do good, for England him do good. Before him go Man U. Before him go Man U. Before him go Man U, even a back two, when Leicester play back two. Cheer or not, boy, but me I say. For the man go Man U, and a totally different football from what him used to. It's like him look like shit, which is sorry if you put the language about it, but me I show you say yo, I say go brother, the system you're in and you go look good.
All right.
Look good. Look when Messi jump off a farm in a Barca, a struggle. Still them start blame it all from bank, from money and all of them thing there, and the structure and everything. And them I blame coaches and everything. But I just if Messi not play, Barcelona go everybody shoot Barcelona.
No, but look, but Shaz, the point I make.
You can't make a pint. If you can't make a pint, I look at it. Say for instance, Zimmerman are playing in Germany for USA, right? A Germany play, right?
No, MLS.
What? But USA have a person who play somewhere, wherever. But me I should say
Brooks so good.
No, but Wolfsburg. You see, you can't say man no good because, but look at no. But me I should say, suppose the man, somebody see a potential in him, like, and say, yo, come on, one club with system.
Brooks is 29,
No, but me not talk about him age or whatever. I just show you how system work for players. For example, how system work for players. Because look on it. Van Dijk become the best footballer in the world when him there. When him come Liverpool defender according to the system. When he matched Southampton and Celtic, he wasn't. However, say, yo, you never have the potential.
Remember now. Alright. See, attacker. You can't say Liverpool system at Van Dijk looks so good. Because Liverpool could defend, and when Van Dijk come, like the defense shore up him. He take charge of the defense.
Yeah, Liverpool could defense.
Look at no chance. The PK, alright. PK is a good defender. Even if you don't rate him as one of the best, he's a good defender. He's not what he was, but then in a prime. But he's still a good defender and he's still a quality player. And who make that statement? They say, Damian Lowe better than PK. You need psychiatric evaluation. Cause that statement there. But that's what the officer was that statement there.
Naturally say, yo, certain teams, some certain players are just lucky if they really get certain highlight better. Cause they play for certain clubs and they play for certain country better.
Yeah, but even with
people stay Man U, you need to attack them.
No. With certain clubs and certain system and certain national team, the Pioneer make a good defender. He's still a good defender.
No,
even
but
if you rate him, but a still good defender.
You're mentioning CONCACAF players which don't get the opportunity as well.
Shaz, like but no, CONCACAF players don't. Shaz, may I say, if they did that good, they would get the move. No, CONCACAF defender no better than PK. Name one, Shaz. No,
but me I try to no matter about if the player is not good, he get the move. No. But me I say the thing is, if a man potential don't show in a system when play, now I'm gonna get the move like what PK get. You can't mention that. I'm just show yourself. Look on Varane, for example. Varane about 4-time Champions League winner. And you right now you don't say, yo, him win Champions League or him win World Cup.
No. It's Ramos. Varane need an experienced defender around him will lead. Ramos can't be me and man.
That me I try to show you. So that me I go show you now. Because they bring up Ramos. And look, Ramos carry PK whole time through the World Cup. Ramos.
Hey, the World Cup they were there with Ramos did a play right back of PK and Puyol at the centre back.
But what? Who's that man play right back?
Go on the World Cup side. Ramos added the right back.
No matter what,
Puyol and PK.
Puyol carry PK right through. And when Puyol left and them convert Mascherano to centre back, him carry PK. When PK in a Barcelona.
No, Mascherano not carry PK as a centre back, my youth.
Brother, when PK are the only person left out of all of whom mentioned, Piol and Marciano, you see the quality. Barcelona start continuing left, right, and center.
No, but Pion left Barca in 2013. 2015, Barca in the Champions League with PK, the main defender, you know.
But not because of PK. You know, say, I look at it. And because of PK, no, look at it.
He performed defensively good. PK drop off from pre-K Prime done in 2017. That's the last time PK was one up there with the best of the best. From 2017,
PK never mentioned a top 5 defender of all time. No, PK never mentioned no former defensive team of nothing. Kind of ready. You know, say on the right like PK, but just assist him and have players amongst him and make him look good.
And the same thing can happen with anybody. You can't say system, because Barca system is not a defensive system. I could argue with that if it was.
No, but at the same time, look at that. But at the same time, it's not a system where we consider a lot of shots. So if you keeping the ball from your opponent, how one would show you up? Whenever the person with the ability was to keep the ball, and the coaching philosophy change, you say, oh, no for them get show up. We see that, brother. We can't debate. We can't deny that. Everybody have ability.
We're military gone.
I can system down, but me I say the friendly. In a most guarantee Jamaica play anybody decent and nobody.
They go play. Most I tell you, Catalonia side, most
Jamaica
of them
go
play in La Liga, go from the Barca team. So you still go play against decent level players and like go play against nobodies.
I'm not saying they might play against decent players, but players like, but I'm not like say, yo, you can't say this. It might be a better friendly. At the same time, we play Peru. We never play against Peru. Full strength team.
No, Peru full strength team we play against. Just like I think I just two somebody missing from the Peru team, but otherwise not. I did the full strength Peru team we play against. Only somebody did miss. Somebody did miss from Peru, but otherwise not. They full strength team. In number 10 when they Flores never play our next youth. Most of Peru side based in South America.
No, but nevertheless, most of Jamaica might go play against some retired footballers. Person who play, we can make it to Spain.
No, you don't play against no retired footballers. I go like man them go call Peru out of retirement to go and play.
No, so they might call Peru, but
I go say Inesa. Even if they call Inesa from Japan for go play a match in Catalonia, you still can learn from Inesa because your technical ability not going. No matter how they be, you still go technically to that level. Then. You see me? And the matters all Iniesta is. No Jamaican player can play from that midfield can come to Iniesta. Although you see me, you can learn from him. And if they go,
and them not get independent where them can branch out, so them are use player from.
If they go to we perform good, then we get the exposure. Cause scores they in Catalonia for Barca. Scores and look over. So if they look good, then get exposure too. Cause scores go and watch a match. But the point time match enough for FIFA ranking. FIFA ranking go come in a nation league with improve, but this match are just a preparation match. Play against some decent level baller, quality baller. You better we play a friend against Catalonia than go play a friend against Bermuda.
Bermuda Nation League, but it would make no sense. But me I say,
anything to they have to play friendly. Cause from 2020 they have to play and Catalonia pay them for the friendly.
If we get quality friendly, if we get quality friendlies, you want to wake up friendlies.
But it's a good friendly this. It's a good friendly. My youth. It's a good friendly this.
Them man not playing football. Them man go just. Them man now we are talking about friendlies where it help the rank of football. We get some good friendly.
When the rank time is just a preparation. When the ref help rank a nation league. I just prepare for nation league. No coach. No squad, let's see where they can against a friend against some quality players.
You make them play a friendly because benefit them, brother. Just pay them because it benefit them financially in some sense. But that's why they play some JPL players. And I just we are talking about the exposure and everything, but You're supposed to go as a market player now, brother. So
Yeah,
based on
man.
where
Yeah,
you're
man. Hold on, them. I have to come on because the money I talk about peaking no good and all kind of something.
Yeah.
My
Come burn
boss.
fire for him. Come
You
burn
know,
fire
look
for him.
like say watch
Fifty, what
football
man?
now with all due respect, you know, because you
But
cannot make
PK no
that
good.
comment.
No,
You can't make that comment,
you
brother.
see thing what me I tell him,
Brother.
PK still a quality player. Now. He no
Brother.
good like a one time, but he's still a good defender. That me I tell him, bro.
Listen what me I say. You cannot make that statement. Oh, you gonna say PK no good? PK has been in Barcelona's team for about 15 years now. You see, if
Alright,
PK never good,
how much defender Barcelona buy?
Well, Ramos, when him there, what was it? Puyol was there. There,
Yeah.
how much centre back has Barcelona changed?
They not change centre back often.
No, what I'm saying that for the
Because
last
them
15
consistent
years,
with
PK,
centre back.
Exactly. If he never
why
good,
you-
any idea if he
No,
never
but
good, they would
see,
get rid of
why you
him.
gonna change a good centre back?
No, but I'm saying to you, between 2009 and right now, PK has probably played with 7 or 8 different partners already.
Mm-hmm.
Because
It is the constant. You see, into things.
Yeah.
See, man, I got put in a comment section because say players getting. You know what this Gladstone area
Yo.
is making PK look like? What the guy the name?
No, you see the
Brazilian-
brother will say you know see comments that Damien know better than PK or Richard. King
What I
better
know?
than
What the
PK.
Brazilian name, man? We have the Wally trophy.
Oh, Thiago
No.
Maxwell.
No, man.
Daniel Alves.
No, man, Daniel Alves is a superstar, man. And Daniel Alves me attack. The
This
other
is
guy.
Is
Who
a
that?
He has
defender?
Maxwell.
Maxwell, yeah, Mr. Maxwell,
Oh,
yeah. Left back.
Maxwell is one of the most decorated players. Maxwell is like a lucky player. Maxwell is lucky enough to get in a
Yeah.
lot of teams.
He played at
teams for
Inter.
win.
He played at Inter,
Yeah.
Barcelona, and PSG.
Exactly, but I'm saying that Maxwell, you can deem Maxwell as the type of player who are lucky. In the teams that Maxwell got, him always a win certain type of
Yeah,
championship.
And the
As
next
like
thing
a
we have
passenger.
next
So
thing
yeah,
we have
Timothy.
to
Well, I know,
no,
well, I
sorry.
know. It's like a Robert Horry we play basketball. Robert Horry have 7 rings. In which day Robert Horry better than Steph Curry, better than LeBron James,
Yes,
better than them.
that may I say still a good player, but in a
No, well, I know. That is why I'm getting.
Yeah, I'm gonna mention players. I'm gonna mention PK because he's in a good system. If
No,
PK did
that
that,
system because
Listen,
Barcelona is not a defensive system. So
So
the
something as a classic, I'm talking things, brother.
Alright.
Look funny. If Barca keep the 90% of the ball, tell me how a defense, an opponent will show up the quality of the defense.
All right.
Tell me how an opponent will keep show the quality of the defense.
So you make a valid point. Look at this. Look at this way, right? If you look on Liverpool, who Liverpool concede one of the least amount of shots, more than most I think in the league, they concede the least amount of shots. Would that equate to Alisson not being good? Because
No.
all right.
No,
Would
not
that
that sense.
Would that equate? Well, I know. Would that also equate to Van Dijk not being good with them not conceding a lot of goals as well?
No, I'm not say that in a sense, but I can show you say, yo, in a way, in a look at it. If a team keep the ball as much as as much as possible throughout the game, and your opponent have lead shot because of how you play, you won't know the quality of your team full strength in terms of weakness in terms of defense, unless a team which is as quality as yours show up these players whenever they meet. I look on it, for example. I use Varane, for example, and people don't say Varane are one of the best defenders because of what him achieve, right? And whenever him go up against quality opponent, it shows. Even Ramos, it shows many times. Ramos, the man take the red card like say you have a fun. We are gonna say man not a good defender, but the quality of players with them go up against on a daily basis.
Let me show you this.
Charles,
Let me show. Hold on, a classic. Hold on. Let me show him this now. So you know a good thing. The best thing about it is this. I'm gonna use his team, let him support to use the analogy. You support a team that keep 90%, basically 90% of the ball, right?
Yeah.
No. You should equate a player like Van Dijk versus a defender like Maguire. If you should look on his stats, me can show you say Maguire have higher stats than Van Dijk because Maguire come under more pressure.
But
Exactly.
that don't mean saying good.
That means saying good. Listen to this and know.
Because don't bring that car.
Well, I
Then
know,
that
listen
is
to
good.
this and know. Listen to this and know. A Man City who have world of possession, you can clearly identify, say, a John Stones and Nathan Ake. Who was the other person that they have there? Say them man they no good. Because even though the team have world of possession, them man there, once the team the ball is turned over in the midfield, them don't know how to put themselves in a position to stop a counter or trap back. Them are smart enough, they can do the 1v1 defending. Compared to a Van Dijk who, once the ball break in a channel, he can recover and take the ball quite easily. Listen to this now. Pique. This is what we can say about Pique. Pique in La Liga for over a decade. Pique in La Liga going up against some of the best ever players in the history of the game, in the history of football. Even in a own team, the man have the likes of Lionel Messi. If Pique never good, Messi that done him that training, I highly doubt the coach that was starting.
And Barca is a cultural team. Once you know good,
once you know good Barca, they get rid of you. Listen to this here now. Even if Alamesha come from, they get rid of you. Listen to this here now. When you look at the likes of Pique alongside Puyol, who is a world-class defender, Puyol, grooming a Pique. If Pique never good, from the recommendation of the captain in Puyol, I highly doubt Pique would have continued as Puyol sitting there second. Highly doubt. So till he can take over from Pique and from Puyol. Highly doubt that. If he never good. I could go on this here now. Pique 3 years and face up against Luis Suarez, Cristiano Ronaldo, David Villa,
Benzema,
Fernando Torres, Benzema, Gareth Bale. These are the caliber of strikers, wingers that Pique have gone up against and have been successful, having kept clean sheets, having made clean tackle
man of the match
performances on a numerous amount of times.
You mentioned players name team, brother. You mentioned players who show them up every day, every week. More time Cristiano Ronaldo.
May I get a call? Somebody a call.
I'll show you an example.
What time what?
If Pique, look here, if Pique never go.
Cristiano Ronaldo have almost 100% goal.
If Pique never good, the Spain side will win the World Cup. Why Pique was the main starting centre back with Puyol and Ramos play right back? If Pique never good, make Puyol and Ramos be the starting centre back and Abaloa come be the right back. If Pique never good. And the thing is, Pique was a world class defender, the panda level there again, but he's still a very good defender. Pique dropped out time prime in 2017. From 2017, Pique up to that world class standards there again. But Pique is still a very good defender, just like Jerome Boateng.
Jerome Boateng don't know, man. Look what it's now, shot. In the Barcelona defense, classic. This is one of Barcelona's worst season. In a Barcelona defense, you would definitely say Pique is the general of the team in the defense. When you check it out, Barca have conceded only, let me catch it right, 32 goals in 32 appearances. 32 goals in 32 appearances Barcelona have conceded. And Pique is the general of the squad. The most consistent player in a squad.
If you have a defense line of Langley, Garcia, and when you name from
Langley no good man.
Pique have only missed 5
Garcia already. Only good centre back a Pique and the next Uruguayan defender name Aruja. Yeah, they might 2 good centre back.
Pique played. Out of 32 games on play.
Langley no good. And Garcia not ready yet. He might make a mistake.
This season, Pique is 35 years old. And so far for this season, Pique has completed 26 games, all in basically 90 minutes. 26 game in play. So if you take out the 5, maybe you're saying concede less goal. Bro, we can look on him. We can look on even in overall stats, you know. In overall stats this season is 7.5 ratings. In overall stats, 7.5 ratings. That's not normal. That means the most in game them he might have a 7+ rating.
But the thing with PK is not a world class defender again, but he's still a very good defender. PK not good like a first time, but he's still a good defender. You can't disrespect him. You have to put respect for it. You can't come and say PK no good. Because if he PK have qualities, if he never good, Barca would get rid of them with Barca and all the wealth and resources and a cut short club. Once you're not good, then get rid of you.
So why over the years they are complaining?
Well, so make it a call, gentlemen. Yes, caller. Yeah, we're turning nice in the background here. Yeah. You have to turn on nice in the background now, please.
Always at the ball. Barcelona average from 2006 to 2000, I think, and 2014, Barcelona average 65% at the ball. For them last couple of years, meaning that Barcelona always at the ball. I would agree with the brother who said the PK is not a great defender. And to me, he just scrape past a good defender for me. If you watch PK, it's a very what with PK is very smart. He's very smart and he's good with his feet. But if you put PK in a Valencia team or say a Sevilla team, gonna struggle. He's not like the same person.
Wow. Why you say that? Why you say that?
Right now, PK is just a good defender. And that's it.
Yes, sir, right now. Right now you're talking.
Barcelona possess the ball. They normally the best way off to be a keep a good a best defense is to keep the ball. And that was Barcelona. Barcelona never have a good defense.
But may I ask you a question?
Yeah. Never have a good defense. What they do is they make sure they always have the ball. And when you have the ball, they cannot concede.
Alright, so may I ask you a question? How much defenders have you seen Liverpool pass through? And Liverpool have so much possession, but even this season, you have turning in the background, I can't hear you.
You see that Van Dijk.
You have turning in the background.
Yeah, right here, man.
Alright.
Right here, man.
Alright, so this is what I have to say. I understand what you say in regards to PK or Barcelona having a lot of possession. But you have to bear in mind that they played against lots of good team, top quality team where the game balance out. If you have a defender or right through the season,
facing a Cristiano Ronaldo,
league
Karim Benzema.
League help you win a league title when the likes of Karim Benzema, Cristiano Ronaldo, Gareth Bale, Eden Hazard, them win league title facing up against these type of strikers, So we not talk about a defender who a face probably give us a little different strikers in the Premier League when already. So look man in the Premier League when already. And then look on Chris Wood. I mean not talk about them man there. We are talking about the most elite set of strikers in world football. The most elite sets of strikers in the world football. And them man go up against weekend. And I like say once a week he man play against the player. He man play against them man type of man every single week.
Just when he come at Champions League, he must face some other
Then when he come at Champions League, he face the wicked man in front of Bundesliga. He face the wicked man in front of the French League, and he face the wicked man in front of England.
This is a few.
Yeah.
Because I say system make PK good. Alright. Man City system, a position system, dominate the ball.
Brazil get big beaten to man.
Oh,
Brazil
get
What classic.
The reason we point out that particular game You need to come out and watch the game. Then.
Hold on. You point out one game to you? Hold on, man.
And PK.
Hold on. Me can point out one game to you. You remember when Liverpool get how much you get from Leicester? Leicester they get from Aston Villa. About 7?
Yeah, 7 from Leicester. Yeah.
7 from Aston Villa, right? All right, listen to this here now. Did you watch again and see Van Dijk performance? Does that mean Van Dijk is not a good defender? Listen, in football, you will.
You can't ask me about Van Dijk. I don't like Van Dijk. None at all.
You don't like Van Dijk? You don't like Van Dijk? Oh.
Play fair. He not play fair, and he feels like the system plays in Van Dijk.
I can't.
No, man.
Military. What you do? Come I go back show them with their system argument. Look.
Hold on, a classic. Make him done.
Him can read the game very well. Him read the game. Him come on the quick players. Him know.
All right. Hold on. Give me. Hold on. Kala, who may I talk to? Kala? Who may I talk to? Come on, Kala by name.
Yeah, you know who you talk to, man. I'm always calling, man. I can't you talk to, man.
Oh, all right. Watch out, call. Watch out. Let me show you this here now. I'm going to use this as reference, right? You see? Oh, in call drop.
I'm military. Let
me continue.
To the system argument.
Let me continue.
Military.
You see? Hold on, classic. Let me continue. Let me get 2 things. Make you know some good defenders, right? Look how often you see a defender go a grum. How often you see a defender have to make a last ditch tackle or a few slide tackle. Be mindful when you see a defender makes a slide tackle on a regular basis.
Out of position,
can't recover, now read the ball game good. No, me can ask anybody right across the road. How often you see Van Dijk go wrong? When Van Dijk don't play, Van Dijk clean. Chiellini once said that.
Amaldini,
when he come off, I feel he's supposed to clean. He's supposed to clean. And what Maldini, if you don't know nothing about defending, if you look at a dictionary and type in defender in a dictionary, Maldini.
Maldini said Van Dijk is a very good defender. I come back to the system.
Yes,
when I come with system, all right. When I say Liverpool system make Van Dijk look good, Liverpool always have the same system. Why before Van Dijk come, Liverpool could defend. Liverpool used to score 3 goals. And Liverpool make them come back and score 4. Why the system never make Ladrin look like a good defender? And I said system of Van Dijk.
Hello, Carla.
Van Dijk come and take charge.
You have got turning in the background, yeah? All right, Classic, make it another call. Hold on, Classic, make it another call. You have got turning in the background, Carla. Who may I talk to? Alright, so turning in the background here.
Yeah. I don't care what they want to do. I'm not a Barca fan, but PK is the most consistent defender in history. That's for me. That's what I call him for. DB.
Me agree. One of the greatest in the history of football.
Best.
He's one of the best in the world of football.
I'm a Chelsea fan and I'm telling you that. PK.
Yeah, man. All right, big up.
Military. Next thing now with system, because they say true Barca control the possession of system. Next thing, we go to City. Why when Otamendi they are City, you can't tell say Otamendi are one of the worst defender and City control position of the ball game. Why the system they never make Otamendi look good? And you can see it with Ake too. Why the system don't make Ake look good? The point is, you have to be a good defender to still look good in our system. The system now, if you defender, the system now cover up your defense.
Classic. You have to defender when not good. Nobody never say Otamendi good. Nobody say Ake good.
So that shows that PK good guy. PK never good. He would look like
man, have a good man. Like Ruben Diaz a killer.
Yeah, man, I wicked defender, man. I
swear.
But
top defender. I think a Man City do that. A Ruben Diaz make Man City look good. Not in the back line.
I said
Man City make Ruben Diaz look good.
Van Dijk come at Liverpool. Liverpool
look like crap. Liverpool look like crap. Two-man change Liverpool.
Why Ladrin never look like a good defender?
Van Dijk and Alisson.
Van Dijk make Liverpool.
Van Dijk and Alisson. Van Dijk change Liverpool and Alisson help them win the title.
Exactly.
Two-man there. come
Alright,
third.
CC and Classic, we're not cut, man.
Last year.
Well,
Last year on Van Dijk injury. See how we defend?
Yeah, man. Watch it on. We have JN in the sports coming on. He might come give some discussion on the youth development. We discuss world professional football.
But the point is, you put respect on PK there. Can't.
Me tell that.
I say, Shaz, you put respect
on PK.
I know, man, but you can't tell Shaz how good. You can't tell me.
Just like you said, Bruno. You say Bruno no good, and we not fight for that. And we see the difference with Bruno have.
So you have to make it 16 fight.
Yeah, I have to put respect on PK name when I debate me see what me see, and know because me see a different standpoint. You are talking from a fan standpoint, brother. But me know for sure say PK no good. PK that come about it.
Hold on the class.
About the PK part, but I agree with
no, make sure say PK that come like a boy thing down at Bayern Munich. Him look good because are the best team in that.
Hold on, classic. Hold on. Me go get to Jay in the sport now. Jay, big up.
Yeah, man.
Hold on, Jay. Bring you on, man. Bring a big man now, man. People, Jay in the sports, if you don't know, football in 90 on Instagram. Also one of the co-worker of me and the Reggae Boyz them. Maybe won a program, Chelsea, slap them yesterday. Anyway, Chelsea, Barcelona, Harborview, and I think Lakers, in support them and do great content as well. So you can go and check out his channel. Big up Jay. Him always have insightful information in regards to local football. So I like listen to him because they don't know say cover local football. So I'm very much interested in what I say. Big up Jay, Wagwan.
All right, so military, big up everybody in the comment section. Big up yourself, the military. All everybody on the panel, massive, big up on yourself. So I'm not stay long on the program tonight still. I just want to share something with you still. So the youth development, we're big on the youths and the youth development, the youth them in the future and things. So right now, Cassava, along with Valley Youth Development Academy, them launching a program, right? It's a 10-week program, just the beginning of it right now for the youths, them under 13, under 15, and under 17. So I come on the platform right now, I forward on the platform actually. I tell people them, I inform them using YouTube platform over here. So because a lot of locals follow your program because you give the insight from the locals perspective on the JPL and all that. So well people follow your program and things. So them ask me to come over here and just spread the word and make it be known. 15 teams are participate, and although it's a cassava academies over the nation that down a yard, Las Perfectos as an example. Will be participating also in this 10-week program. So they see how it go right now, and then they're gonna extend it to other age groups too. So under 10 can come into, and this is going to the clubs then. So each club
almost a 29-year-old like me who progress in the football industry.
Masters League, you forgot, man. You have one more year left than Masters. Hey, tier 2, man. Tier 2, maybe you still got something left in the tank there,
Yeah.
go find a tier 2 team. Maybe CC. You have a space for your team that done so. Maroons.
I think man. What the name man? True Juice. I go run. So I link up with True Juice and also can go on. Location. Get them a location. Come on that.
I don't know if that got open to the public, because I remember I said it's the first stage in this. So they want to get back the youth league them together right now. And it start at under 13, under 15, under 17. But further on down, they want to see, this go first for the first 10 weeks. And then it will expand to under 10 and under 19. So that they might go further. Right now, 15 teams participating. And the youngster them have to play early. So it'll start like 8 o'clock every Saturday. It's gonna go on. So 10 weeks Saturday, but further on, they want to go like a 6 to 9 months. So outside of schoolboy football, they want to keep it up and just jump over to the competition.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a good improvement because Remember, say people have beat people about this football and say that is not enough. So this now put
Exactly.
in place so they have continuous football and play over the duration.
Exactly.
I have to say congrats to the vloggers them, because I do believe that the vloggers them have played
Play
a
a
huge
major part.
role in this getting this, because we have brought up the issues many times. We don't even bring the solution, but we highlight the issues and then go think about it. So that is a big part tonight. So all our vloggers them, congrats for work on put in. Massive respect to all I work on to put in.
And the comment section to the chat section, don't forget them too, because we read out them comments too, you know.
Of course, well, I know, and them beat with most, you know, so you don't know, so them keep a balance, you know, them keep a balance, you know. And since then, who don't have one whip, and like a slave master, I say, have me.
Well, see, man, I watch, man,
Yeah.
can't, but we still watch, man.
No location or that kind of
No, Captain Harrisborough, but that's for the clubs then. But on the media personnel, of course, but you don't know you have your media pass them, whether or not official or not. You gotta find somewhere, shape or form to reach inside the venue. A secret. Yeah, because we want to get some feedback too. We want to see the turnout. Then we want to see all the youngsters them play.
You don't know, so once me know that I go on, because you know I have an intent to get do a little coverage on the female football that is going on right now. Many people don't know. If you follow my socials, you know, that's a female the female football competition start, schoolgirl football start, and under 16 for boys start as well. So me kind of do coverage on that as well, but I'm mostly on the social aspect, not on the YouTube aspect. But most definitely, I will try my best to see how I can get some video coverage of the under 16 semifinals and also finals. I will see if I can reach out to Issa or I mean, if a Sports Max or what, but I'm gonna reach out to one of them and see how best we can get to even do some form of coverage, some pictures or some clippings or something.
Hey, goodness, so the Chapitan Maroons boss there, you know.
Yo, I want Jay. I want the worst thing never do, because I tell you this. The amount of ball we have a Clarendon, a problem, you know?
Yeah.
One team. You can't cover one team.
You can't cover one team. Okay, listen, I look on it the other day, I say, yo, based on what me I hear around the Chapitan Maroon side, problem I go on, brother, because I tell you, say, them side I can't go all the way. As some top ball, I tell you, say, Dre, I go come through the side, man.
So that's why I'm not put the money still, but my bet to
manager. First of all, a big manager inside I have.
Oh.
When I veteran now yourself, man, you will see.
Tell me who are potential.
I'm telling you, one of the trophy winning managers. Just know so this man has won at every level. So know yourself.
And
wait, Tapa.
Man, you mention Tapa name for the man.
That man's a Ricky Hill. But what I say is though,
yeah,
the team are gonna look good, man, because I don't know if maybe some of the players even like I remember, you know, you have Edwin who did well. You have Clarendon College right there, so you get me. And then you have other schools down in the Mapen region.
Lennon and them school.
Yeah, and then the person who is behind the team, them and they have money. And
Garvin Massey have been playing really well from what year.
And I'm saying that the team has a bit of financial power behind it. You understand? So the person who is
they like what the town school and do. Old boys and them something there.
No, now I'm saying to you that the person who is basically like, you know what I would have said? I don't want to say owner, but more than like benefactor.
Oh, you got some of their backroom staff, man.
Yeah, but I'm saying that.
Is there somebody say in a comment that say a team owned by Whitmore, you know?
Oh, wait, I remember some can't stay long, you know. Big up on yourself.
Big up, massive respect, man. Thanks for coming on and thanks for the information.
Me and you have to talk though, because we need to line up something. I know say JD I gonna get involved. There's a football academy unseen up on the ground. You and him for link up because 200 up on the ground, but we the overseas and thing. El Futuro Football Academy, them have IG just a startup and thing. I have to put some bucketive behind the academy there and thing and push them and get some youths in And who knows? When the season starts back again for the next league. Yeah, man. So when the season starts back for the next league, for the next 10 weeks, we should have a team in that. They don't know enough. So just link up and make it happen. You see me?
All right, no problem.
All right, big up everybody. Yeah, man.
Big up.
Classic can go play them. I'm about 17, you know.
No, sir, I'm at 20.
Oh, by the way, though, who was saying that Catalonia? First of all, the Catalonia team, persons who have represented the team, most persons have been playing. They have played in the league. Some
in La
persons
Liga,
may have played for them playing at La Liga, number one. That's number one. Most of them plays in La Liga. Some of them has played for Spain at least once or twice. But some have not played for Spain, but they know that is Spain. And forgetting a Spain team is not something that is easy. Cesc Fabregas had to play. Look at it like this. Frances Fabregas was a midfield maestro, had to play forward at one time, false 9. Just to make it side.
Cesc Fabregas, yeah.
Yeah, because Cesc Fabregas one time could make the man in midfield. Did you know that Cesc Fabregas went to the World Cup on the bench?
Remember that Xavi?
Sometimes Iniesta they have to play.
But I'm just asking you if. Yeah, but I'm asking you if David Silva. Remember, I know. Yeah, but remember that
Cesc Fabregas is one matter they on bench.
Yeah, but I'm saying that Cesc Fabregas is a prodigy because Cesc Fabregas came at 16 in Arsenal and just walking outside.
Breakway.
Walking at Arsenal side.
Then him kick out. I'm kick out Vieira.
No, but I'm telling you
that kick out Vieira. No people know that.
I said Fabregas a general and Fabregas the on bench one time.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Fabregas went to Barcelona and couldn't start in the side.
He couldn't start.
But then they tell a Barca named Barca.
Yeah, even somebody and them tell somebody come through after the on bench. So Thiago and Fabregas the on bench.
Yeah, but Thiago Alcantara. Look, this is what I'm saying. If you look at it, if Cesc Fabregas can be on the bench, bro, and we are talking about PK who started, that is why you have to look at a lot of things. You know, there's a lot of factors. Fabregas could have walked it. You tell myself, who better than Fabregas we have right now in a CONCACAF at Fabregas' age?
Come on, man.
Even Iniesta we have 40 years.
They might fitter than Fabregas.
But the technical ability, nobody.
Up here, don't forget up here,
nobody.
And it sounds like a disrespect, you know, but I'm just showing you,
man. At 30 years,
levels to things.
At 30 years, I'm just Fabregas. If him playing anywhere I can cap, he'll be the
best. But we not remember about Santi Cazorla. Killer.
Right, killer.
I'm thinking of Santi Cazorla. All get a cap with speed, man. Cause I'm midfielder.
Yeah. And a wicked man.
But I'm just saying that
any foot.
Right now, I can tell you the Catalonia side. I'm tell you the Catalonia.
Me tell them say go be a good quality baller. They might come up against.
No, I'm saying to you that what they will do, I think, because it's May the 25th, maybe some of the guys can get to play. I think PK might play because PK is big in Catalan politics.
Yeah, and he retired from Spain.
Yeah, man, he's big in Catalan politics, man. PK.
May I check him on?
Yeah, that's why retire from the national team can go vote for Catalonia independence and getting a problem with them, but they lick out against him in Spain.
Yes, and basically.
And the thing is, if Spain call up no national squad, we might see Pedri. We might see Pedri, but we know
it not gonna happen. Watch on the 22nd of May, Barca last game against Villarreal. I see.
Man.
Oh, when
and them have a friendly against A-League All-Stars. On the 20th, on the same
But I'm
day.
saying that PK, remember that PK is trying to become president of Barcelona, you know? And PK is trying to become a top man within the Catalonia society.
Yeah, he might join the political aspect of things.
Yeah, man, him have them kind of aspiration there. That is why I think one time Ramos did kick off about something, you know. But remember, Ramos is a Madridista at
No, Ramos did pick up for him, and Ramos is actually for support him. National team did a lick out against him. Now Ramos pick up for him, but that's not retired.
So the thing is, you know, because I think something there coach side now, one brother named Sergio Gonzalez.
Luis Enrique.
Luis Enrique coach something there.
Oh, you're not talking national side to Spain.
The problem with I think a lot of persons don't understand is that Catalonia is just not being recognized by FIFA and UEFA because they're still a part of the Royal Spanish Federation.
Yeah.
So I think people don't understand Catalonia is the best non-affiliated
football team,
football nation. Meaning that if Catalonia became a nation, they would have been to the World Cup.
Hey, they have an academy, they have Lames here,
Believe me, a lot of the players that play for Spain,
a lot of them play for Barca come from Catalonia. Iniesta, Busquets, Xavi, just an example. All of them are Catalonia.
No, but look at no, the thing about it, they are debate about persons who play for Barcelona at La Mesa. I go to the La Mesa city. Then they must come from Catalonia in Spain. Just that it's the best academy there, then they must come from there directly.
We are saying they have one heap of players from Catalonia in a La Mesa system. Not all of them in a La Mesa system are Catalonian, but most of them.
Maybe Boyan play too, because Boyan plays for them as well,
Boyan no good.
So you tell me say Jamaica will play against some man who about 35 and something, and then you say it's a good game.
But chance. But alright, we have
hold on,
friendly still in there. Maybe are friendly.
Shots.
I just to prepare, see players and
if you have
and the system.
Mikel Antonio go up against Pique, you don't think I could combat that for strikers them? Anyone else striker them go up against Pique?
We not must these players. Most of these players maybe never come to these games because
Pique would know. No, Pique won't over there.
No, I'm not talking about Pique. I'm talking for the Reggae Boyz.
Hey.
Is within a time where leagues still are going to England. Most of them players now come because this is not an international window. So when I mean players are relevant when I come when I talk about players.
So we're not gonna have a better squad then.
Basically we now have a squad.
So if we go up against a team who already know a football community, I just say football history,
football royalty.
Football royalty. We're going to play against some players who are come from football royalty. That means that we're not going to have the strongest team. That means that our chances are not as high then. That means that obviously this is a good matchup to win.
First of all,
you make up the game because of financial reason, brother.
True.
The players
but
that
you feel like we can beat them?
The players that are coming to play, military.
Do you know the Catalonian team? As in individuals from the Catalonian team?
We don't know. We
retired players, I'll be a retired player.
No, man. Just a while ago, we look at one team, the last team playing at 2019. And there was a lot of young players on it. So I'm fine about it.
Yeah, with Cucurella, Ricky Puy, Mark Bartra. All of them are the La Liga player. All of them is a player in La Liga.
No, what I'm saying is, remember that the players that are coming to play for Catalonia, a lot of these players might not get the opportunity to play international football. So they are committed to the cause. So they will come and play. And next thing you have to know is that just Spain, so just like Brazil,
I don't know if you can recognize them by face. I'm not sure if you can recognize them by face.
Just call out the name of the military. Just
like Brazil.
The name not put up, man.
Oh.
Alright, let's try to find one with them. So I'm going to put them up now. Let's try to find one with the name. I don't know if you not see it. So I try to find them.
Yeah, see Boyan there. That's a Bojan. You know good too.
Boyan Kirkic. See Pique run about them, man.
Yeah.
Sergio Garcia, something
see Bartra there. See Mark Bartra there.
Alright, so let me see. I try to find the name of my players then. Alright, so
normally Catalonia is a country within Spain that is trying to get independence of Spain, but there's a lot of politics because if them get independence, I think they're threatening Barcelona not to be in the league. And Espanyol. Remember that Espanyol is from the Basque. They're from the Basque region.
Yeah, that's the Barcelona that can go in the Premier League or Bundes League or French
League. No, they can't play in La Liga because if they separate. But players from Espanyol and players from Barcelona as frequently represented Catalonia.
we are so to that. I think they're
Espanol too. Espanol too.
Remember, Espanol is from
a
Barcelona.
three country. 3 teams from there in a sense.
So, Shaz.
I think
All right, so
Girona is from
me have the
there.
names them now. Me have the names them now. So these are the names that I have. If you forward them, Sergio Garcia, Bojan, I'm playing at Japan, Vissel Kobe, and Bojan at 31. Javi Puedo plays the Española, Pierre Miller plays the Elche, and Mark Cardona who plays the Go Ahead Eagles in Egypt. I know, that's France.
I saw the division that one.
So we have also in the midfield now they have Victor Sanchez, Girona, Pierre Pons from Alaves. So these are all teams in La Liga. Johan Jordan, Sevilla, Alex Grenier, Bolivar, Oriol Romeu from Southampton, Romeo, yeah. Alex Garcia from Girona, Oscar Melendo from Española, Ricky Puig. Those are the midfielders. So the defenders now are Mark Cucurella, who play for Brighton, Mark Mensuya, who play for Al Arabi, Dedic Villa, who play for Española, Alex Vidal, who play for Española as well, Mark Becha, who play for Betis, Martin Montoya, who play for Betis, and Gerard Piqué. In goal, Edgar Badia from Elche and Isaac Bekar from Cardinola. So this is actually a very good squad. That's about them age, most of them are 28, 29, and 30. Few young players, we don't see much players under
Some attackers now, military.
The attackers, we just name attackers them. Sergio Garcia, Bojan, Javi Puedo. Yeah. 1, 2. Let me see. Not so much players under 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yo, Shaz.
Yeah, I hear you.
So what you think was the Victor Valdez as a keeper? I rate him kind of good enough.
What you saying?
Okay, Jenks. Okay,
Victor Valdez.
Me can ask you something. So there's also other players who then call up recently too. So Alex Marino then call him up as well. Jordi Masip then call him up as well. Ruben Alcaraz from Cadiz then call him up as well. Enric Gallego from Tenerife then call him up, and Alex Galar. So these are a few players that then call up recently.
But even the guy with him Jordan, this man is averaging over 32 games for Sevilla per season in La Liga.
Alex Vidal too. Good right back.
Watch out. This man play La Liga 34 games, 35 games, 32 games so far this year. So if
by chance these players will play through this season now play. Because them have
I think you have to look at it like this, bro.
Jordan average, but Jordan would walk in a Jamaica midfield would moon. With the eye close to.
The thing is that I think a lot of persons not looking at it from the perspective of this. For example, if Brazil, remember that Brazil sent to the Gold Cup when them get like a guest team. Brazil sends their third team like one reserve squad. Most of the money we don't know all Wagner love and them, and they them man don't normally play for Brazil 1 million times.
No.
But I'm just saying to you that if Brazil was to give us a friendly and say, they must send out the fourth string, are you saying that would not be something we would want?
He was fourth string would
want. I mean, why would want that in a FIFA club that? We don't want that points.
Oh, because it's FIFA recognized.
But who shall go beat them?
Hold on, no. The fact that Catalonia is not FIFA recognized doesn't mean they're not good enough. It's just a political thing. They're not FIFA recognized. It's politics business. Is not necessarily on the basis of them being good enough.
Good.
Question. Hold on before you make a point. I'm gonna say something. Is Malta not a FIFA recognized team?
Yeah.
Is Kazakhstan not a FIFA recognized team?
Yeah, I mentioned
they're not good. They're not ready.
But even Martinique, where we always play against Martinique, is not a FIFA recognized team.
British Virgin Island and then place it. this is the opportunity for us to play against a really, really good set of good players. So I don't think we should turn it down. I honestly don't think so. We should even turn our face up on it.
Exactly. We think then team better now. We hardly beat.
Jamaica can't trade down. Jamaica can't trade down because them take the money.
Where is Sevilla in the Premier in the La Liga?
But
Shaz, when you look on it, they have better quality players than us. Wouldn't you say they have better quality players than us? You Shaz?
Of course, especially
Technically.
No, hold on.
Technically,
bear in mind, there's a strong possibility that English league now go done it. So them remember, so most of them players and them can get for them players, because of them age and so most of them league done already. So they don't know where them go. So most of our top players them are fight for something. So the Mikel Antonio still a fight for top 4, still a fight for Europa League. So team season not done yet. Rafael still a fight for relegation.
Hold on. I'm going to point out something. Hold on. Real Betis is 5th in La Liga. When them there? Espanyol is 12 in La Liga. And the team is made up of mostly Real Betis and Espanyol players.
Barcelona players too.
No, I'm not even going to the Barcelona. I'm just saying.
You see, even if they lose Lam as their player,
they're not special now.
Even if they use Lam as a player, most of Lam as a player, them better than what most of who on the national team. We are more technical.
2, 3, 4.
Also, 1-1, also world class. I'm tell you, that's why I tell people this. Jamaica don't have no world class player.
No,
just like
one.
Catalonia. Jamaica not a world class player.
We're not.
I can't argue if they have one. I can't argue if they have an elite player.
Jamaica don't have any world class player. I'm going to say something to my learned panelists. I see a lot of words being thrown around. It's like the words then become cheap. Like so as world class. There's not more than probably 5 world class striker in the world. No? There's 5 players to a category. When you put too much player in a category, you water down it. There's 5 world class striker in the world. Karim Benzema, Robert Lewandowski,
Suarez.
When him there, Erling Haaland is not necessarily world class as yet.
In a World Cup.
Ronaldo.
No.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Listen, hold on. You saying World Cup doesn't have anything to do with world class. Listen to this. A World Cup campaign doesn't Cup itself. When your team qualified for World Cup, for example, Brazil qualified for the World Cup. How much games them play? You play
25.
No, what I'm saying to you, Brazil plays 18 games to get to the World Cup. 18 games. 9 game home, 9 game away. You see, if a striker comes through that and scores up the goals and facilitates his team to qualify for the World Cup, plus what he has done for his club, and the merit of that is when he becomes world class.
All right.
So I am not saying when you go to the World Cup, I'm saying to you that the person who went through the rigorous campaign and proved his worth as a striker, as well as proving his worth for the domestic club, that person becomes world class. You know, get up world class.
He's an elite player with potential.
Classic. Well, let me show you how me evaluate world class now. This is how me evaluate world class. That is the reason I'm already thrown the word world class. World class has to do with may you want feedback? World class has to do with yeah. All right, so world class has to do with time, efficiency, specifically for the striker, then time, efficiency, longevity. So a striker must be over 3 seasons
and consistency.
3 seasons of high consistency at the top level. Now, let me listen world-class strikers them now. World-class strikers them. So we have who there on the top of the list? Benzema. Benzema on the top of the list. Lewandowski. Because the man had it for season back a season. Lewandowski. Harry Kane. Suarez.
No, Suarez is world class again. No, Suarez
Suarez.
decline slowly. Not world class again, but he's still a good player. He's still elite. He's still an elite player, but he's not on the world class bracket again.
He's still a retired. Aguero. Even though Aguero officially retired from football?
Yeah, officially retired.
So, alright, so probably we can scratch Aguero out time.
Cristiano
Ronaldo. Me not put Messi in because Messi no striker. Cristiano Ronaldo.
You don't have no more military.
No man, more than them man.
You can't
More
find
than
them
man. Wouldn't put Bale on a striker, Bale a midfielder, Bale a winger. Mbappe, most season Mbappe I do.
What him do in the Bush League? We can't say, but Mbappe are more winger like still. Mbappe
no man, Mbappe a striker man. Mbappe.
Yeah, I mention the league. He's a real class player, brother.
No, I say Mbappe are more winger still, you know.
No man, I think Mbappe are more of a striker, man. I think Mbappe are more of a striker. So these are the world class strikers.
So I'm just some of the Neymar.
No, Neymar no striker. Neymar midfielder. Neymar attacking midfielder. If me I go put Neymar night, it means
attacking midfielder slash I'm also winging place, but sometimes play three as a number thing.
Alright, so that means they'll take out Mbappe then.
Yeah, of course Salah world class, but Salah is a winger.
Salah winger. A one world class striker in the Premier League.
Salah. No, Christy.
Two, Christian Hurricane.
Yeah, Salah is a winger. Salah is a world class winger.
So basically, just regards to world class, CC say 5 though. So we have Benzema, Lewandowski, Hurricane that are 3, Suarez 4, Ronaldo 5. So 5.
Yeah, 5.
You're right, CC. You're right. In regards to world class strikers,
how much world class wingers have now? About 5 or 6?
No, enough world class wingers enough, man. World class wingers enough. You go look on Neymar. You go show you something. Messi.
How much man I go say Chiro Immobile is world class?
No, Immobile is world class. No,
but Immobile has average over 20 goals. Probably for the last 3-4 seasons.
Yeah, but
I'm just showing you.
He might not do a thing for Italy. And Italy,
Then that's why I'm saying to you that. That's why I said to you, say, yo, Hurricane. Let me tell you, I tell you this. Hurricane became world class. I'm not saying that he wasn't on the cusp. No, Hurricane was an elite player. Hurricane became world class because of the World Cup. Because of the World Cup campaign.
And then the Euros too.
And then the Euros does no man. The Euros cement it, man.
Well, yeah, it's Euros.
No, it's what
cement. And I'm World Cup Euros.
Inconsistent, man. Inconsistent in couple years.
I was cemented to improve on our own game. That's cemented.
What I say, I don't want the man them.
And 20 assists last season. That's cemented.
Yeah, but I say, I don't want the man them diminish World Cup like say yo.
CC, would you put Aubameyang in a world class category?
No, brother. Aubameyang is a world class striker.
Why not?
Aubameyang is a world class. He's an elite striker.
Aubameyang is an
elite
striker.
He's a bracket below world class.
Aubameyang is not. I'm gonna say he's not consistent enough.
No,
and
man.
Then in team,
no, you can't.
He's not consistent, man.
Yeah, well, you know, me give one fun fact. Since 2010, Aubameyang has never fallen under 20 goals.
Military. In a world class military.
How many do Arsenal were there?
Elite.
No, well, I know. How much you scored last season? How much you scored last season?
Arteta cast is still.
How much you scored last season? What you think he scored last season? I remember him left Arsenal this season. He left Arsenal with 7 goals this season. How much in Ghana?
A very good striker, man.
Military.
You know, say in Ghana almost 16 goals already. You know, this season.
Yeah, but military.
From September until now. No.
Aubameyang no world.
I remember him have a poor season.
Aubameyang is
so yeah,
below the bracket of world class.
Me not say in below, but what I'm saying is we passed a couple of years well. Season scored 20 plus goals as a striker, which means that we're not fulfill the bracket. But if you go to the wingers them now, we have a larger amount of wingers.
You know.
Now go ask that question. No, well on the classic
midfielder, the military.
Well on the classic. Now ask that question. Now go ask that question. Classic. Would you put Raheem Sterling as a world class winger?
No.
Why not?
Raheem Sterling.
He's an elite.
Raheem Sterling a world class winger.
Hold on. Let me hear classic. I say first. Let me get.
I tell you why.
Me tell you what I'm
Let
saying.
me hear
He's not
classic
world
first.
class. Raheem
Yeah.
Sterling is an elite player. And put him under bracket. A world class. Reason being, Raheem Sterling is a streaky player. Like, and sometimes Raheem Sterling inconsistent. Sometimes Raheem Sterling miss some chances. And
That
the
don't mean
thing,
say no world class. That don't mean say no world class.
no. And the thing is, consistent, in streaky. Like when Raheem off farm, he knows bad. But when he on farm, and the reason being too, he's not a guaranteed starter in the City team. If he did work class, he would guarantee to start every match like KDB.
Brother, City have more wingers than midfielders.
All right.
But
So,
if he need
Shaz,
work class,
Let me
hold
tell you
on,
now.
hold
Let
on,
me
hold
know.
on. Shaz, hold on. Shaz,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah.
he's a Man City fan. Waiting about Raheem Sterling. World class or
Brother.
not? And why?
Me feel like me know Sterling can do better, but Sterling a world class baller. He have flaws in him play, but he's a world class baller. He might just do it to City. And one of the most consistent man for England. He might sure man him can't drop. He a man of England can't drop.
somebody say about Higuain.
Sterling can't drop no days of the week, brother. Sterling consistent at all levels. He not just for City, he be for England too.
All right.
He more consistent than even Hurricane for England.
So
Hurricane
what you say about
Hold on,
He's a
classic, make him finish, huh? Classic, make him finish, man.
Hurricane score more penalty for England than how Sterling score goals in share the contributions. And right now, for sure, 2 man name I go up on the team sheet when England have them squad starting 11, Hurricane and Sterling. No matter what rotation the coach want to do, right throughout, Sterling is a world class winger. He have the potential can even do better if he can be one of the best. Not saying he's the best world class winger, but he's a world class winger.
So we just say Mane as one a world class winger.
Yeah, man. So I'm CC. Well, CC, your time, CC.
I mean,
where's about Sterling now?
A lot of people as their own definition. For example, a person might say you have to be picked for the world 11 and them things have to be world class, because I think they're saying that world class might be a stamp at a current moment in time and not necessarily something that you consistently achieve. So maybe you can say currently he's not performing at a world class level, but he has been a world class player a couple of years before, because as Shads has pointed out, Raheem Sterling has been the most important. Case in point, the semi-final of the FIFA World Cup, when they took off Raheem Sterling is when England lost that game. Because Croatia was able to come into the midfield now. Before that, when Sterling was playing, Croatia had to be on their backs. They could not, you see, they basically had to employ a low block. But then Croatia started to do mid-press. They're playing an eye line as soon as Raheem Sterling came off the field. And you saw that he was the most important player for England at the Euros. So, as I said, basically, it depends on a lot of things. I don't think he's performing at a world-class level this season. But I know that he's a world-class player based off his performances for England and Man City over a consistent period of time. So, as I said, though,
Understood.
World-class level, that's why they say world-class to me is a stamping, is a moment in time. Is like you're probably world-class. You get world-class after like a period as military would say.
Yes.
Something
because all right, so let me tell you now. You have class, you have form. But it's world-class players, these players, them already pass the class aspect of it. So them know them have the opportunity to can dip in and out of form. Because them already stamped them class. Raheem Sterling has been one of the most productive wingers in the Premier League for the past 5 seasons. The most productive, meaning him have over 15 plus goals and assists every single season. Sometime he reached 30 plus goals and assists. That in the Premier League, which is one of the hardest league in the world, is not easy. It is not easy. I remember now that the Man City switch up their team and whole pattern switch up their team. Yes, him know a good system. Yes, him know a good squad. But to be a top talent, for a top talent, you have to be in them kind of squad then. You see me? And you still have to put up in numbers then. Raheem Sterling, I would say as a winger, is a world-class winger. Just the same as I would have put Mane as a world-class winger because their numbers, when I put up, just because I numbers what Salah put up as well, in a ranking of world-class numbers, just the same as a Mahrez.
As I said before,
numbers.
Hey, Mahrez. So wait, so Mahrez world-class?
Huh? Mahrez?
Yeah.
Oh, nah, get enough game.
Mahrez
no, but Mahrez numbers are
world-class potential.
You have a world-class
no,
numbers.
Man. No, man.
You have world-class numbers.
I mean, I got to ask a question.
Potential, but he's not getting enough games.
I got to ask a question, Classic, because they say world-class. Hurricane put up world-class numbers. Human-Son put up world-class numbers. Now, I got to tell no players now. Would you say Kevin De Bruyne put up world-class numbers?
Of course, no. Military are two different type of players. I can't compare winger.
No, man, I not compare. I talk about De
Bruyne. It's a midfield. Midfield is a funny position. Because you have to put up world-class numbers to be a world-class midfielder. And that's a funny thing about midfield. But as an attacker, you have to put up your numbers we consider as a world-class attacker.
All right. Stop right there. See, listen to this. You know what the problem we have in our society now? Specifically the football world?
Yeah.
We are using the numbers of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo to judge world class. Which is wrong.
No, we not use Cristiano Messi number because none of them not close to Messi and Cristiano numbers.
Bolana, man. You see the problem is this now? Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi are rack up 30 plus, 40 plus, 50 plus goals per season consecutively, which means that it becomes the norm. So you get a sense of feeling that if you now rack up numbers close to that, you're not world class. But the truth is, Ronaldo and Messi are anomalies. They are alien basically. They are alien. They shouldn't be compared to anybody else. Right now, Messi have a poor season because of him own numbers. He not have a poor season because of everybody else.
Military
because he own numbers.
Military and he out to break the assist record of fans and he have a poor season.
And he have a poor season. You see what I say? So Ronaldo have a poor season because of his numbers. Team own a personal number. They should have scored more.
So also you consider Mahrez as a world class player Military?
I would say so, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you I'm not getting enough. I'm gonna tell you. Mahrez, and this is what I hope Pep listen to this program because this is the only way he wins the Champions League.
Yo, Pep, sign to my Jamaica.
Pep Guardiola will lose Champions League if Mahrez do not start both semi-final legs. Mark my words, I will say this here. Pep Guardiola is losing that game if Riyad Mahrez do not. Case in point, I said this to somebody the other day. Pep cannot win the league if Riyad Mahrez do not start for the rest of the campaign. What happened with Brighton?
So
I am saying to you that Riyad Mahrez should not be on the bench.
No, he shouldn't be on the bench.
Riyad Mahrez is
I'm on the best control in the league, you know.
Listen what I say. Riyad Mahrez, two of the best fine I ever see. See, man, we scout them, man. Right now, I want to see them and shake their hand. Riyad Mahrez and N'Golo Kante are two of the biggest gems I ever see. A man go dig up and find. I don't know what they find them, man.
Maybe I see a man find maybe I see a man find Vardy too. Can you hold him and come from Leicester too?
Vardy hustle through.
Vardy is a late bloomer.
All that talk, but I'm saying to you that
the Bush League man come from and I identify him late, man.
Fleetwood Town, man, non-league, the man I come from, man, pub league, man.
Vardy only player but playing at every round of FA Cup, you know. After playing at every round of FA Cup, you have to start as a semi-pro player, come up through
non-league, man. You have to start from a non-league.
Non-league, me tell you, say non-league, the man I come from, bro.
But what Kante do? A construction, what does the Kante do?
No, Kante and Mahrez in the second division.
Kante, yeah, they made a play for Cayenne. I think Kante was playing for Cayenne in the second division of France. But I'm saying to you that I say this to say, see, Riyad Mahrez is the only way I couldn't say he's world class because he's not getting enough of game time. But Sadio Mane is not better than Riyad Mahrez. Sadio Mane is in a team.
Mane better than Sterling.
Look at as much as we rate Sadio Mane is in a team that the position is a given.
So when I said thing I can
say
he hard, you know. He hard, you know, cause let me tell you why hard.
At City, who you have? You have Bernardo Silva, don't you?
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva better than Miguel do.
You have Silva, you have Grealish, you have Foden, you have Sterling. There's too many players to compete with. At Liverpool, who you have? You have Mane and Salah.
Josh said son better than Mahrez.
You have Jota, you have Fergie.
Josh said son better than Mahrez.
No, but who Mane are competing?
Yeah, so but Mane better than Sterling. Mane are left winger, Sterling are left winger. Mane is level past Sterling. Mane win Golden Boot in the Premier League. Sterling never win that yet.
Sterling win Golden Boot in the Premier League too.
That means Mane better than Sterling to win Golden Boot, brother.
Mane better than Sterling. So Mane no better than Sterling.
Rooney one of the best. But Golden Boot, man.
Eh?
I'm never win.
No, Rooney never win a Golden Boot, man.
Who that?
So Rooney one of the best striker in England.
Rooney win.
Watch out.
No, in a 2010 level, Rooney win Golden Boot, man. That year the City didn't want.
Rooney has never won the Golden Boot.
But Rooney never win the Golden Boot.
Watch, brother. Didier Drogba scored 29 goals and Rooney scored 26. Rooney's most prolific season when he scored 26 goals. He never won.
Yeah, remember that season and remember that
Didier Drogba scored 29.
But what I say, Mane better than Sterling. Look, Mane 2-footed, left foot, right foot, header. Anything you want, Mane give you. Mane more all-rounded than Sterling.
Watch out. I don't want to say Mane better. Mane play for Liverpool and win the league. When him there, this man play for Leicester and win the league. I don't have no more argument with nobody. I tell you, say, I don't know if Mane could have replaced Mahrez at Leicester and win the league title.
Mane scored fastest actually in the Premier League at Southampton. Man, better put in the record at Southampton.
Yeah, then from the time they kill we.
From the time they put in the record.
Listen, I say, Smurf, when I use aesthetics, I'm asking you, take Mahrez out that Leicester team.
But that objective can say Mane can go in the Leicester team and I move the win Premier League said we too.
Wait, win what?
You
just tell us that now, G.
I use if and buts so that.
No, I'm not using if and buts. But look here, Mahrez left. Well, I know. Mane was in Southampton. What Southampton finished above Leicester this season when Leicester struggled and come win 5 games. You know that. Listen to what I say. Southampton have better odds than Leicester to win the league. Southampton finished above Leicester the season before. Leicester won the league at the odds of 5,000 to 1.
So
Riyad Mahrez.
Listen to what I say. Yeah, but I'm Mahrez alone.
Win league.
No, I'm Mahrez alone.
But I can't say Mane win Champions
League. So hold on. I can ask you something. So hold on. Me ask you something now. Based off of your analogy, no CC. Would you say that Harry Maguire better than Van Dijk owing to the fact that Harry Maguire won the league at Leicester?
Harry Maguire now win the league.
Maguire did it.
Maguire now win the league, brother.
No, Vardy. Use Vardy.
Oh no. West Morgan. So we can't even use same West Morgan too.
No, but look at Guna. The world know.
Hey, I said best season in the league, you know.
Mahrez. The world know Mahrez technically better than
Sterling.
No, not even Sterling. Mane. So may matter about.
Mahrez technically better than.
The only winger Liverpool better than Mane. The only winger Liverpool better than Mahrez. Salah. No other winger Liverpool good like brother.
On a technical level, or just overall.
Not the players who talk about Mahrez, Ronaldinho, they man they are ball god. I mean, anybody, brother.
Mahrez is the most skilled player in the Premier League.
Brother, the only thing
he must send
The only thing-
man, you know.
The only thing
No,
is most
sir.
of these players.
No, I'm not agree with that.
Athleticism,
No,
man,
Maris
yeah,
are skilless, you know.
Hold on.
Maris are
Exactly.
No,
Only athleticism
Oh,
and
no.
Maris now.
The
Eh?
skillest ball in the
Athleticism.
league. The skillest ball in the
Skill-wise,
league.
flair-wise,
Oi,
Maris.
oi, you can't beat Zaha.
No, Maris,
Oi,
man.
oi,
No,
me
Maris.
Oi, me say. Oi, Mahrez played simply, yeah?
No, Zaha,
Zaha-
you can't say Zaha,
Oi,
same
Zaha-
after Maris.
Oh, because Patrick Vieira and
Yo,
Zaha doing
from
it.
down a list, one time I watch Leicester match, I see Maris put 3 defender upon him back 2 times in a row.
Oi,
You know. One
oi.
time, you know.
But how often is Zaha do that?
Zaha never do that game. I see Zaha put 3 defender upon him back 1
What
time
do
in
you
a
mean
two
attack
time in a row.
Yo, Zaha is a white
Yeah,
baller. Zaha better. Zaha already better.
Is Zaha
Yeah,
already
Zaha-
military?
Zaha
Military. I
is-
send Maximin. Send Maximin skill and arms Zaha military.
You know, say, let me tell you, you know, say, in the Premier League, right? Certain ballers don't get highlight data because of which ball they play. One of the skillest baller I have ever seen in the Premier League. When your man, I think that same Crystal Palace usually plays the man, Black African youth man.
Military.
Okocha. JJ Okocha.
No, and some they used to play for, you know, a
Bolton.
Bolton used to
Bolton.
play for.
He is one of the skillest players who ever, possibly ever play football. But you see, because the team when play for, him don't get that due respect and that due acknowledgement.
Guna, I alone to that. Guna.
Well,
I
on,
alone
man.
to that. The world knows
All
that.
JJ Akaka
I wish it, man. The world know that better.
Get him praise this military.
You don't think so?
Military.
You don't
I know
think
just
so?
better.
Him get
Before
the praise
man
like a
get
Ronaldinho
bored,
get.
Eh?
Him get the praise like a Ronaldinho get.
No.
No.
But
me say-
Ronaldinho's a level spanning military.
Yeah, but in the levels can Ochoa, brother. You know what I mean?
And that alone,
you see?
you know. Remember
You see,
someone
club, because the club I'm play for.
The best
And
striker,
my Brazilian.
And that
Just
team
look
was
at
set,
it like
yes,
this.
my Brazilian to you.
The best striker who ever touched this football, yeah, is Ronaldo.
Yeah, ball Ronaldo, yeah,
Nazario,
original.
Lima. The best striker who ever take up the football. And me know, I'm saying that debate a man from now till the morning. You see what you see in Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo?
My yo, King
Hold on,
Sam, Bolas no
Hold
good.
on.
Don't do that.
I want you to look at, or I look a friendly game I'm gonna show you. Remember the Royal 11 game? Military Royal 11 versus
Also,
Europe 11.
Mhm.
1997 Royal 11
Yeah,
versus
check it
Europe
out.
11.
Remember
That game was the precursor to the World Cup, the curtain raiser per se then, to the 98 World Cup. Royal 11 scored 5 goals in the first half. 2 Ronaldo and 3 assists. He was playing midfield, number 10. Ronaldo Nazario, this is man I tell you about, you know. Midfield, number 10. Zidane was the captain of the Europe 11. Ronaldo was the captain of the Royal 11. The man scored 2 goals and assists, 3. 5 goals and then come off and Dan Burton replace him.
See, you're
5-1
not
at halftime.
for debate.
Well, I know.
You're not for debate, sir.
5-1 at halftime.
My best number.
You hear what the French defender said? The man said not 1 or 2 nor 2 man can stop this man. That was what the France defender said. Zizou, the man who win the World Cup, Zizou was on the next team. You hear what Zizou say? Zizou said when he didn't come out, the man said there's levels to this.
Omar,
I
a
laugh,
good
you know,
baller,
that
but
man
Omar is stuck in an age of that. Move with Omar.
You see, because I saw, I see them ball, I know that. But maybe me might have a little bias towards Messi. Me don't know.
Yo,
Yeah, me might have a little bias towards
Messi. Which player scored 47 goals in 49 appearances and then they had to take until Cristiano Ronaldo after broke record?
Messi alone do this now. Messi alone scored 91 goals in a one calendar year. You know?
Wala, I am saying to you, which player scored 47 goals in 49 appearances? Before nobody else has scored them goals.
Juventus, Serie A.
What am I playing for Barcelona?
Oh, Messi.
The one, which Messi?
Oh,
Ronaldo Nazario.
Ronaldo.
47 goals and 49 appearances in a season.
No, but as a striker,
Ronaldo
the best striker, greatest striker of all time.
But I'm just trying to show you where
you know,
Cristiano
Ronaldo
Ronaldo
can prove it. We know Ronaldo great. This, you know. We know we
This
doing
man-
great this. You see me?
This man come a World Cup, go score 8 goals and win this World Cup. Yeah. And people say because he play for Brazil. Messi
I'm
plays
did
for
the summer day
Argentina.
now. I'm did the all-time
Messi plays for
leading World
Argentina.
Cup
Yeah.
goal scorer now until close of the.
No, I know, but I'm
record,
saying that
you
the man came to a World Cup, scored 8 goals and win the World Cup in 2002. Coming
Yeah,
from a
you
14
can't-
month.
We not
What I know,
debate. We
coming
not
from a
debate Ronaldo
18-month
greatness. We know.
injury.
We're not debating.
Messi
I just
plays for
injure,
Argentina.
I just injure shake him up, make his name last longer and even bigger. But we not debating. No, sorry, Ronaldo.
All right,
If
gents,
that-
watch it.
if-
Just me have to cut the show short. Then we'll
Oh,
go
yeah.
5 more minutes.
Yeah, man,
Military.
if
So with
Ronaldo- I can say
midfielder
this
no
before I
military.
go.
How much world class
Messi,
midfielder they not they military.
military.
How much
Military.
world class?
If Ronaldo was never injured, Ronaldo would have been the GOAT. Me I tell you
Military.
that.
How much world class
why goat now? Why
midfielder?
goat?
Midfielder
Why
they are
goat?
today mad in football.
GOAT is debatable.
Eh?
Yes, it is debatable. But
No,
who
nobody
would
will
you
not
say?
debate because
would I give the
that
goat?
objective and
Yeah.
everybody opinion. You know,
Me tell you, say,
come
to be honest, it's set up a way, cause it's not like say yo, me see Pele and Maradona and them man they play, but basically the man them win at every level and you can't really deny that until you see Messi them. Boy, Messi probably has come the closest in terms of becoming the GOAT. Messi would just say has came the closest. Because the GOAT is not just about scoring 1,000 goals, no.
Our own player.
Yeah, but it's all about every team that you. How do you lift your team? For example, to me, Messi no eclipse Diego Maradona, and this is why.
I just that they have a World
Well, I
Cup,
know.
but if Messi
No,
win World Cup,
this
he
is
didn't
why.
get done.
Let's look at it now. This is why. Diego Maradona, right? Even though he won with Napoli, Diego Maradona won the World Cup '86 with something there. Argentina. But he brought back his team to the final again in 1990.
Yeah.
And he almost won it again in similar fashion. So it's like Messi came close because Messi carried Argentina.
You know say Pele. Me say Garrincha over Pele because you see that World Cup there. The second World Cup, Pele injured for one of the World Cup.
Yeah, but you know why Pele get him ratings, bro? Pele came to a World Cup when Brazil lost. Remember, Brazil lost 54. Pele came.
When did the nation?
Well, listen. No, brother. Before you talk, listen to what I'm saying.
Classic
1958, Pele come out of World Cup at 17-year-old. Remember, man, them just lose in America in 1954, 50 or something, you know. 1958, Pele come out of World Cup at 17. Score a hat-trick in a semi-final and score a brace in a final. 5 goal that. Hat-trick semi-final, brace in a final at 17 years old.
Yeah. And then
It's because of that, automatically.
And Garrincha alone bring Brazil to go winning work.
No, that was 62. Because
Yeah,
them keep Pele out of the World Cup.
Garrincha.
But I'm going to give you I'm going to give you one fun fact. You know that every team that Pele has played in, 90% of the team is different. Pele has been the only...
I'm most consistent.
The only constant between the World Cups. In terms of victory.
but Mr. Garrincha over Pele.
No, I'm just saying that Garrincha, Pele got kicked out of the World Cup and Brazil had a super team. So, and Garrincha, them was good, but I'm saying...
Even last World Cup he win in 1971, that team they could win without him, kind of do nothing in that World Cup.
Why is what you said? That he did not do anything?
That team they could win it without Pele. The finals
Let me ask
against
that
Italy.
question. You know who have the record for assists in the World Cup?
Oh, Pele. But yo,
that's why I'm saying to you that in that World Cup, you know much...
that 1970 team that was so good, then could win it without him. You know, do not like that. Like, you know, have the impact we have in a 1950 against in that 1970 Brazil side.
Yeah, but I'm saying to you that Pele's stats. I'm gonna tell you, Pele,
every time somebody break your record, he go ahead and go and score. When he score against him, Grand picking them and scoring a trade.
Listen, Pele scored.
Yeah, that's something, man. When you have one, that win the game they play.
So unofficial goal, yeah. But military with world class midfielder, how much world class midfielder have in a today modern game? Can you have much?
Quite a few, man. Quite a few.
Mr.
Quite
5.
a few.
So
5? No, man.
Yeah, so name them.
I last thing this one go run through now.
Yeah.
Run through them. I thought we can start the Premier League now. Now the Premier League.
Only two world-class midfielder in the Premier League are KDB and Thiago.
KDB, no man. Where you at, man?
KDB and Thiago.
N'Golo Kante.
N'Golo Kante, brother.
Kante done.
Stop.
Kante no world-class.
Oh, stop. The best stadium in the world. You say no good.
Busquets.
Hold on, man.
Busquets is the best stadium in the world.
No, sir. Casemiro. At this present moment.
Somebody say
So
Pogba.
we have-
Jesus Christ, somebody say Pogba.
No, you say world class, no, brother.
No, somebody
Nah,
there come and say
listen.
Pogba is world
Well,
class.
listen. Don't want you to take because Pogba a hide out the money in training and know a fluff around. You got to take away the class a man have. Remember the class you have. Remember the class. So KDB, I agree with Pogba. Kante
no world class. So what? Go on.
that I tell you, Kante. I run 3 team them.
I wish man that say if Italy have world class. Italy not a world class player, brother.
You don't put Fabinho?
No, sir.
I know reach it yet.
Fabinho already say it.
He never reach it.
Fernandinho. What do you think of Fernandinho?
No, Fernandinho don't have no military.
No, stop about done and none man still play ball. Alright, so Fernandinho in the night.
No, he's not in that military. No, in that military. Currently, we are talking on military. Not that what you did. You know.
Arsenal now have none.
Madrid Cruz.
Hold on. Alright, so only three in a Premier League.
2 in the Premier League. Kante not in that military.
So who you say now? Who you say now?
Thiago and KD, they are 2 world class in the Premier League.
No, Thiago. No, listen. Thiago not long enough. Who say we'll put him on
military from Brian. Unique man, how much works. I'm coming up Premier League. Man, not do it long enough. Man, always in the top 5.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Thiago always in the top 5 or top 10.
Something there. Bernardo Silva world class to me.
No. But no yet.
If you give Bernardo Silva it, you'd have to give Bruno it as well.
No matter do that. Shaz.
Listen
to me. Hold on. Military. What did Bruno win before coming to Man U?
Bruno is a nobody. Bruno no good.
Ask you a question.
Don't say that, brother.
What Bruno do before come to Man U? You know what Bernardo do? Tear up City. Can Monaco go in this title and tear up City?
Fabinho didn't Fabinho tear up City. But Shaz, let me hear your world class midfielder them Shaz in our Premier League.
Alright, so hold on. So me not say alright, so based off a class. Not talk about based off a class. Me ask KDB, Pogba, Kante. People are gonna cuss about the Pogba party now.
So where Thiago there?
Alright, so if we could put Thiago in it then, a 4 we have for the Premier League.
Kante not in it, Pogba debatable, but Kante not in it, Kante not world class military.
What you mean say Kante not world? Listen, hold on, Kante as Iron Man win the league with Leicester.
Only thing Kante can do, I run up and tackle.
Kante as Iron Man win. So wait, the Patrick Vieira wasn't a world class midfielder.
Of course, Patrick Vieira.
Claude Makelele wasn't a world class midfielder.
Kante technical too.
Makelele couldn't score a goal for saving life.
No, Makelele technical. Kante technical too.
Technical for what? Makelele will kick you down, and that me I tell you.
Kante no world.
Who more? Alright, question. I ask you a question. Which defensive midfielder more technical than Kante?
Busquets.
More technical than Kante.
Yeah, man,
Busquets. Me give Busquets.
Maybe Busquets.
Casemiro.
More technical than Kante? No way, brother. You know how much football.
Listen. Kante. People are gonna say at the moment Kante is not world class. We can't say Kante now and farm right now.
Military Kante never been world class.
No man, I not agree with that, man. Bro, how much title Kante carrying team then go win?
We not military now. We not talk about title. Title is
a team. Him carrying team go win it.
Kante not carry
I mean, if a Kante carry team,
Kante the world class.
If Kante make Pogba look like him a world class.
Let me hear a Shaz. Shaz, what you ask the Shaz?
Yeah, as much alright. You have Kimmich.
Name world class player in our Premier League.
In our Premier League.
Oh, in our Premier League.
Yeah.
Kevin. Thiago, Pogba, Kante a world class player. I don't know why you debate, but Kante a world class player. If I never Kante fans to do a World Cup,
That's it.
Leicester City
You know,
winning it.
yeah, let's have the
the
four
league as well.
world class player in the league.
Chelsea winning it. Chelsea winning the Champions League as well.
The rest of world class midfielder, Madrid, Kimmich, and Kroos. You know, 8 world
Alright,
class
so
midfielder.
me could go to La Liga now. In La Liga, we have Busquets.
But Busquets are world class again.
You talk about again, brother.
Overall. Okay. Yeah,
Busquets. Casemiro. Madrid.
Kroos.
Tony Kroos, man. Tony Kroos, a world class.
The midfielder Atletico Madrid, man.
Oh.
When the captain, man.
No, sir.
Military, Cook in a world class.
Well on it. So for the world class, the man must play for big team first.
No,
man.
Cook in a world class.
I don't matter about that.
Military, Cook in a world class. Military, if I go say Cook in a world class, I go say Petri world class, I go say Cook.
No, man. Hold on. How much season now Cook do it in La Liga? In Atletico Madrid team?
Military, I don't care how much season you need at Atletico, but Cook in a world class. CC, why you say CC about Cook?
No, man.
Cook in a world class.
Cook in a world class, military. Somebody know.
But in a world class, man.
He's a good player, military. He's an elite player. Below a bracket. A world class. He's a world class.
May I check something, man? Me I want to find. Me check. Me a second.
Joshua Kimmich.
World class. Yeah, Kimmich world class. You can argue say Goretzka too. You can debate with Goretzka. Or Kimmich world class.
Kimmich a killer, yo.
Yeah,
Kimmich is like Philip Lahm and steroids.
Yeah, like a Philip Lahm, yes.
Yeah, Philip Lahm and steroids.
Yeah, Kimmich world class. Italy don't have no world class midfielder.
Why? Man, it's a cooking
So about somebody. What about Verratti?
So hold on. So we're done with La Liga. Busquets.
Yeah, so what about Verratti?
Yeah, man. Verratti world class.
Verratti a elite player, man.
You don't say world class.
You say world class.
CC, what you say?
No, man. Verratti world class, man.
CC.
A season back, a season of Verratti I do it. Season back, a season of Verratti. CC busy. Season back, a season Verratti I do it.
Isco never been world class, and I what say Isco world class? So what they?
Kimmich.
Isco never been world class. But Isco was an elite player, and in Japan for that.
Me I go say Kimmich. Me I put Kimmich on the list there.
Yeah, of course Kimmich world class, but Italy don't have no world class midfielder.
No, sir. The list along.
If it's a Verratti.
No, me attack in a Serie A shots, but attack in an Italian league. They don't have no world class midfielder in there.
In an Italian league.
That means so they don't have nobody in the world class.
No, sir. Me have the baddest of all them that more like if they are Juventus and they don't have none.
If baddest midfielder there in Italy are Barella, and Barella no world class.
So the outer bracket. So I just decide list then. A list short. Short.
Yeah, no, make Isco that I highlight and career, but Isco never been world class. Isco was elite, but he never been world class.
I wouldn't say Verratti is excellent, but I don't know. In a long man, in a list of long man.
Only problem I find
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there's 10 person up on the list. We have 5 strikers.
We don't know the country on the list there, you know.
The wingers listed are longer on this.
Mbappe, Neymar, Salah, Bale, Hazard.
You're in classic. Why? I'm sure why Kante on the list. Because I just say, it's a man come out of nowhere. For him to Leicester, I live like Kante.
I'm not. Kante the police speak. The police as a class defender.
Chad,
I live that ignorance in my youth, you know. I live that ignorance.
He man have you for PK, you know.
You know what?
He man have you for PK. Hey, people, I'm a 3.5 one now, we got. I think what we close off now.
PK can start my tip, you know.
We're just stop that foolish for PK.
Alright, if you are going, we're going long enough now. A minute 11. This is a late night show. We have a late night show last night. But we'll continue tomorrow. We have a lot more to discuss. Tomorrow, I might go up on, supposed to go up on the road tomorrow because I have some stuff to deal with. I'm going to see if we can do some coverage for the female team, schoolgirl football are going right now. Hopefully, we can get that started out. But anyways, everybody in the comment section, massive respect. We're down there a long time. You know, we don't supposed to want to sleep. Smurf, all out there a long time now. Massive.
For a man, you know that debate, you know.
So this time I just come with the super
no,
chat.
the ball are no world class, yo. The ball are overrated ball of them now. The ball are no world class.
Kieran said, big up, thank you very much for this super chat, Kieran. A lot of respect. Military man, big thing you are here name them where them man here I say a world class over Kante. A man will win everything. This must be a joke. Them are judge a man with him off farm on farm who is better. Yeah, that is true. That is right. That's what the overall.
Or you should say, yeah, man, can say PK no good.
PK no good there.
Kante no good.
But Kieran, big up and massive respect for the super chat.
If Kante in a 60 yard ball, cross the field, Kante foot pop. If Kante try to pick a 60 yard ball, cross the field, foot pop.
I go to ensure him. I'm not debating anything. I go to ensure him.
Good ball.
Big up people.
Only Thiago better than Kante. Kante better than Liverpool.
Big up people. Massive respect. Everybody who turn out. People have a good night. Until next time, people. Jesus peace, Smurfs, Maguire, PK, and Maguire 2.0. Hey, people. We see you guys again. Massive respect.
My Kante is an Endis 2.0. Little better than Endis.
Brother, Kante a world class baller, brother. Man can walk a Liverpool any day a week.
Brother,